Big up all those in YouTube land. Everyone's hating on Thomas Tuchel, our ex-manager, and Anfield is on the horizon. Let's do this. Big up to everyone out there. Hope you were enjoying your Thursday evenings. Big up JPT, how you doing, brother?
Doing good, bro. How about yourself?
Yeah. Other than some madness about someone getting stabbed outside my store earlier today, and I've even got the blood stains on the floor to prove it. So yeah,
Um,
I've had a peak day. The last couple of days I've been dealing with a lot of police, more than what I would care to. Fucking useless over here, bro. They really are. and yourself, how are you?
yeah, no, can't complain. Luckily, no stabbings or anything, and it's yeah, just been watching the news, seeing what's going on with England.
Yep.
Some updates with Chelsea. I think there's even some news today about Chelsea and Nike kind of issues. But I mean, yeah, not bad. Stuff we're going to talk about, and yeah, I can't wait to get started. I think it's been long overdue.
Yep. Well, there you go. Any particular subject you would like to start
Um, did you want to start talking about with Chelsea and Liverpool coming up this weekend?
Well, yeah,
For Sunday.
then we can get to the main course of the two cool thing because I know you've been
Yeah,
chomping on a bit of that today. All right,
that's
cool.
just stupid.
Bro, imagine living in it. Imagine living in it. It's just talk shit, talk sport. Like I said, that's when you mentioned that to me earlier. I can't stand
Yeah.
that retarded radio program. Big up, Ram. Welcome. Hope you're good. Right. So, boys, on the Anfield trip this weekend, how are you
Mhm.
guys feeling about it? JPT, what's popping, man? Like, how are you feeling about this Anfield trip?
I feel more reassured once the Golden Bowl qualifiers is over tomorrow because we still got our midfield playing in that game, all but Palmer. So hopefully no injuries or no fatigue with Caicedo or with Enzo. Um, we're gonna go there with a little thinner defense than needed. It seems we're gonna be without Cucurella and Fofana. So we gotta hope that either like Vega steps up, which I'm hopeful that he can do the job. And if expecting maybe a returning Reece James, but I think we'll go in a little more detail about that. But just giving us options off the bench. But yeah, I won't be surprised if we see Tosin starting for this Sunday. And everything else, I think it looks fine. I think Jackson, he got onto score sheet. I'm not sure if he played more than just one game for his AFCON, but he found the net over the weekend. A lot of our players over international break have been doing fairly well. Um,
That's true.
so I am kind of hopeful, and as well as with you know a lot of Liverpool's players have a lot of South Americans in still playing for tomorrow. So that's also something to keep an eye out for. Not hoping for injuries for any players, but maybe it's the fatigue. I think Colombia does have the late game, so we'll see maybe Diaz taking a late flight back to England. And yeah, hopefully we just get a better result than we did for last time, because I think last we've been pretty much a stalemate with Liverpool for like the past what 7-6 meetings up until the 4-1
And the cup
beat down.
final.
Well, we
Yeah,
lose to them in cup finals, but it's always to penalties, and then except for the last one where the narrative of Klopp's kids beating Chelsea, which I'm like, even though their side was much older than ours on average. So other than that, I think we have hope. It's gonna be interesting to see what this kind of new era with Chelsea, Liverpool. I don't know if you want to say rivalry, but now the Arnie Slab Maresca era,
uh,
and
and Enzo and Arnie
and on Arnie.
couldn't make it up.
No, it's the ball derby, and
The ball derby, yeah, just get Ten Hag in there.
oh God, special
Ah,
guest
what?
referee,
Big up
Big
DJ
Up
Crane in the
Crane.
building. I said no Blues Brothers this week. Yeah, I kind of lied. JPT. Right, let me explain, right? Before I get into this. It's said lady's behind me's birthday at the beginning of the week, and it's
Yay! I
said
forgot.
said his birthday at the weekend slash. Now, when if he wants to tell you exactly when his birthday is, that's his prerogative. But it
Mm.
was a bit of a busy week, so we wasn't sure we're gonna do it. But he said, "I love my team so much, and like I won't be able to join you for the watch along, so I got to do something with JPT this week. That's why we had to do it tonight. Otherwise, it's not going to be done because I'm not going to be around over the weekend for most of it anyway. Because I'm going away with my missus for a little while, so I wasn't lying, not per se, but we decided to do something because obviously JPT wants to do his thing as well because he's not going to be on the watch along. So you know what I mean,
Yep.
bless him. Maybe Prime might be able to join me for a watch along, so I should be back by Sunday afternoon. But I'm afraid my regular partner in Slime and Crime won't be there.
When's the game? Sunday.
Sunday,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What time Sunday?
4 o'clock, isn't it?
4:30, I think.
Uh, do I want to do a watch along to watch Scousers play? No, not really.
Well, then, technically speaking, hardly any of them are Scousers, really, other than maybe Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Hey,
Van
one,
Dijk,
hey,
Van Dijk
one
ain't no
league title
Scouser.
in 30 years. One league title in 30 years doesn't make a difference to me, bro.
I don't know,
Yeah,
bro.
wait. So they also got Kurt Jones. Curtis Jones
Yeah.
is he from Liverpool?
Yes, he is. He's from their academy.
Oh shit, Kurt Jones who? Kurt Jones who? Back then they still don't want him. It's gonna be an interesting game, but I'm kind of happy that we're playing Liverpool because once we get to the Tuchel topic, it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait for that one day
Oh, we're
as
going to
we'll
talk
just,
about Tuchel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
well,
nice.
the reaction to the kind of the fallout with since his appointment was announced, the reactions from the English and media, and
It's so hypocritical and funny. It's worth talking about.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
And I'll have my say on that later, but we'll get to that. But sticking on the Liverpool thing, okay, you said you didn't want to watch Scousers play. How else do you feel about the game at the weekend, Prime? Tell me your thoughts on this. How do you think
Oh,
this is going to?
I'm confident going into this game. I'm looking forward to this game.
Why are you so confident?
Because I think for the first time in a long time, like, we actually have a chance playing Liverpool. Not just in terms of manager, but also in terms of team.
Hang on. Jordan wants to jump on. Hang on, 1 minute, Jordan. I'll send you the link. Hang on, I'll leave it in the chat. There you go. Hang on. Bush. I'm not sure if you're on my channel on JPT, but JPT can copy the link anyway.
yeah.
And send it.
I'll put it.
Mm.
Big up Jordan, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Decent guy.
But go ahead, Prime.
Sorry, bro. You're saying, yeah. Sorry. Confidence.
Yeah. I'm looking. What's it? Oh, interesting. No, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the game. It's this is the first time like in a while we're going to play Liverpool, and I'm actually confident about. I got trust in both the manager and our squad of players, to be able to go and perform. And plus with Liverpool as well. Yes, I know they've got threats and stuff that we need to worry about, but we also have threats that they should be worried about. I think it's going to be a very good game, a very entertaining game. I don't think they'll like walk all over us or anything or batter us. I think it'd be quite close. It could probably end up in a draw, or either side will probably end up nicking it. But it'll be an entertaining game. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. What about our players or players or Enzo Maresca? What particularly strikes your confidence? Do you think there's a vulnerability in Liverpool that everyone's missing, or what?
I think Liverpool are doing. I think people underestimated Liverpool this season, but for me, I didn't. I know that Arne Slot is a very good coach. He's a good tactician, and I knew he'd come into Liverpool and just like they start performing well. But Chelsea are also performing well as well. We have
Big up, Jordan.
I know they have the best defense in the league, but they haven't faced an attack like ours yet. And if they, them being at home, if they are on the front foot and we sit off them a little bit and we play to our strengths on the counter attack, I think that'll be quite interesting, and we can get a lot of joy that way. Their fullbacks are. I know Trent has been doing well defensively this season, but still, him and Robertson are not the best defensively. That we can get joy through them 1v1. I think that's an avenue of a way to be able to exploit them. And I know Gravenberch has started the season well playing as a defensive midfielder, but I still don't truly trust how good he has been. I want to see what he's going to be like coming against like Palmer in that role, because he's going to be playing as our 10.
So you think
yeah,
it'll be a big? So you think it'll be as much of a test for Liverpool then as it is us?
Yes, it's going to be. They haven't. I don't think they haven't faced a proper test in the league this season. They've only played Man United and Man United.
Well, hang on, wait a
That
minute.
one
Hey,
is-
Jordan, what's your response to that? Have you been tested this season? Would you agree with that analogy that maybe Chelsea's your first big test? Because that's strong words. What Prime's just said there. Actually, that's
I would agree.
And also,
I mean-
by the way, it's on the flip side for Chelsea as well. We haven't faced a test yet. We played Man City
Except
first
City.
game of the season, where like we hadn't got a proper run of games. We weren't set up properly.
Mhm.
This is our our first big test now. So it works both ways. I'm not saying like I'm not discrediting what Liverpool's done, because in the same way, say that about Chelsea. We're both facing our first big test, which is
right now
what makes it so interesting for me.
because Liverpool has played what? Ipswich, Brentford, Forest, Man U, and Palace.
Exactly.
Am I missing one?
Yeah, and Man United, and we faced roughly the same amount, the same sort of caliber of teams as well on the table. So that's why it's going to be so interesting, because we're both the informed teams in the league. They have the best defense.
yeah, we're surprising
in
everyone.
terms of goals conceded. We have the best attack in terms of goals scored. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Jordan, your reaction?
2 goals conceded. It's impressive so far.
Yeah. The defensively, yeah, they are serious right now. No doubt. Jordan, your reaction, brother. Tell me what you feeling right now. How do you see this Chelsea game coming up at Anfield? What's your feelings about it?
Having you guys at Anfield. Yes. For me especially, we're looking to see what Cole Palmer will do on Sunday. So yeah. And for us on the other side as well, we have Luis Diaz scoring goals left, right, and center with braces. So if he keeps this form continues, he probably will hit another brace on Sunday. But yeah, I'm looking to see what the boys will do, and I'm looking for 3 points on our home soil, indeed. So yeah, but big up to Cole Palmer, no doubt. But we're not gonna give up free kicks easily. But yeah, just heard about Trent. Yeah, I saw him score a free kick for England, and so yeah, I think he's good. I hope he can do well for us over that section. So yeah.
At least he gave Lee Carsley a highlight for his short tenure as England manager.
Oh, don't, man. I'm gonna get onto Sam Allardyce later. If you want to
Big
talk about
Sam.
short England, if you want to talk about short England 10 years, mate, 100% win record. Remember?
1-0.
You know what I mean?
Give that man the gold trophy.
Well, hang on. Well, Jordan, give me a bit more of the in terms of being the Liverpool fan and seeing Chelsea come that. And okay, bear in mind, you guys have just lost the Forest there as well. Now, this is not a deep shot, it's a cheap shot. What do you think the threats Chelsea pose to Liverpool at the moment? Yeah, you give me your take on us.
Yes. The only problem for us against the guys will be Cole Palmer. He scored a fantastic free kick against Brighton before international break. He's doing left, right, and center. He's scoring 4 goals for you guys. Big up to Cole Palmer indeed. But the worries is I don't really worry a lot. Don't know. I know you guys have Christopher Nkunku. It's not really my problem. Neither Jackson. Neither. The only problem we have is Cole Palmer with his brilliancy and his goal ability. So yeah, we have to keep a close eye on him and keep him quiet at the start of the game on Sunday.
What do you think your biggest threat to us is?
That's good.
What do you think? What do you think Liverpool's strongest asset against us will be? Big up Anthony, by the way.
Yes, indeed. For us against the guys, well, Salah is well. I remember, yeah, Salah used to play for you guys before he come to us. He's gonna be the biggest threat over by the right wing with Luis Diaz over there. Despite we're not using a 4-3-3 formation anymore, yeah, I think the lone striker will be Darwin Nunes up front because he's the lone striker this time, along with Diego Shota. But yeah, it's going to be Salah on the right with his skills and his scoring ability. So yeah, Salah is going to be the biggest one for you guys.
I would have said Diaz or maybe even Soboslai. Do you think guys?
Szoboszlai.
Is he not having a good season this year? I haven't watched much of him. I just remember from what he did from last season.
Well, he always turns up against us anyway, Szoboszlai. He always has reasonably good games against us. Because he was in the cup final, he was one of the biggest threats to us. Because he was one of those ones where a certain power, because he's a powerful midfielder when he gets going, Szoboszlai. And we find it hard to deal with those kind of midfielders.
But I think defensively he
I don't.
improved.
I don't. Szoboszlai is not a threat. He's like he runs around a lot and stuff. He's a presser, but in terms of actual quality, he's not a threat. I think for Liverpool, their biggest threats are Salah. From an attacking point of view, it's Salah, Trent, and I guess Diaz based on his form. Jota, depending on who starts.
I think
actually, I'll be curious about. Jordan, who do you think is going to start up front for Liverpool? Will it be Jota, Gakpo, or Nunez?
For me, man, yeah, that is a great one up front. Yeah, centre forward. It's got to be how Arne Slot wants it. With him start Diego Shota or Darwin. Maybe we could do it Diego Shota because we have a game against Arsenal at the Emirates after you guys come this Sunday. So yeah, I think he probably used Darwin Nunes because Darwin, look what he did against when we played at home against Bournemouth. He scored a decent goal by the right. Yeah, I think we have confidence in him. I think he could probably use Darwin Nunes because Shatta probably will coming off the bench as super sub because we have a big upcoming game against Arsenal at the Emirates. We're just going to focus on the guys for now. But yeah, it's going to be Darwin or Shatta. He's going to be decided by him.
I think it'll be interesting. I think. I don't know. I like if I'm Slot. Maybe it might be tempting to play Nunez because maybe Nunez may not be the best in front of goal, but he does cause chaos. And against a Chelsea defense where people still have the perception that our defense still isn't that good necessarily. It's the weakness in our team. So if you play a Nunez who is just going to be pure chaos and will disrupt Colwell Fofana, I think that might be interesting. Oh, not Fofana, but like whoever partners Colwell in that defense, Tosin and probably Vega. I think that'll be quite I think that'll be quite interesting.
Hey, wait, who invited this guy? Who invited this guy? Hey, bro, wait.
It's John Cena.
Get out of here, man. No one invited you. Nah, I'm kidding. Big up, Oris.
I heard Tuchel's name.
John Cena.
I heard Tuchel's name, so I had to join in. So yeah, man, I heard Tuchel's name.
Oh no, if you want to comment on the Tuchel thing,
he came out like Joe Hendry.
Oh yeah. If you want to talk about Man United's 6-pointer against Brentford, go ahead, bro.
All right.
You got Liverpool, mate. You got Liverpool. Calm down, mate.
Hence why we're here.
We're on different ends of the table, bro. Don't talk about my team.
Don't start, bro. You acted like we weren't next to them last season. Don't start.
That was a classic mid-off I've ever seen.
That was a mid-table clash last year, Chelsea versus Man United. That was a mid-table clash.
That was a Ballon de Bronze performance. It was terrible, man.
But anyway, back to the Liverpool-Chelsea game, right? Now, for me, I do agree with Prime in the aspect of, yes, we need to counter Liverpool. And I think Jordan just said it. Yeah, you said Jota's a super sub, right?
Yeah, he might come up as a super sub.
Right.
we have
Well,
next game against Arsenal.
well, thankfully, I'm not being disrespectful to your team. Other than Salah, he's the only person at Liverpool that can
Mate,
finish.
super
So
sub,
I'm,
mate. He's your starter, mate, not super sub.
so I'm glad you guys are not starting him because we're going to give you guys chances. Even if Prime says our defense is improved, and it arguably has, but they still concede chances.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So,
Which
and I'm
is
not
why, if I was Slot, I would probably play Nunez because you're going to create more chances through Nunez because he's just chaos. He's just pure chaos.
Especially
I'm
for
saying
set
that
pieces.
as a compliment though with Nunez. Like I think if you're curious about like really disrupting Chelsea's defense, I would be very tempted to start Nunez and then bring Jota off the bench.
But it would make sense, isn't it? Because one thing Liverpool will try and do is isolate our defenders. Because as you can see, and it's not no secret as well when I say this, and it's that our defenders, I one-on-one are terrible. I'm not.
Lavia for this game then.
Well, this is the thing with because you mentioned Reece James earlier, the Lavia and whatever else. Don't get me wrong, our defensive spine can get better. But let's be honest, we're going to be missing Reece James, we're going to be missing Cucurella, we're going to be missing Fofana. That's 3 of our back 4 starting easy, right? We're going to be missing Lavia, all right, and we're going to have to rely on an Enzo Concedo partnership. Now, the one thing we all know about that Enzo Concedo partnership is Enzo don't defend very well.
No.
All right, so
it's not even the defensive side of the game. I have a problem with Enzo. I think Enzo's defensive numbers are actually quite good for a guy who is poor defensively. My problem with Enzo is like he can't seem to pass the ball 5 yards for Chelsea. He cannot. His main attribute is being a tempo controller, and he cannot control the tempo of a game for Chelsea. But when he plays for Argentina,
Luca in the chat, by the way.
When he plays for Argentina, all of a sudden he can control the tempo and he can play well. But for Chelsea, he can't seem to play a ball 5 yards. That's my biggest problem with Enzo Fernandez.
Big up, guys. Yeah, well, I have a similar problem with you in terms of he doesn't do enough with the ball and he doesn't do enough without it. That's the thing about Enzo in a Chelsea shirt. You kind of look at this when he does play for Argentina. Maybe it's the fact he's more comfortable with those around him. I don't know quite what it is. But it is one of those ones where when he does have the ball, he doesn't do enough. And when he doesn't have the ball, he doesn't do enough. So, yeah, I agree with you. He's wasteful when he does get it. So, but I could just see him leaving loads of gaps. And even if he tries to cover those gaps, I do think that midfield, because we're going to need power and height against the Gravenberches and all that kind of, I do think Enzo is going to be a massive weakness. Because if it comes to a one-on battle between the two, I think Gravenberch will eat him alive. To be honest, because physically Enzo's just not there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to I don't doubt Enzo's technical ability, but physically, and I've seen this guy get bodied against Wolves. I see this guy get bodied against Forest and City. You know what I mean? Like, JP, why do you remind me of these things?
Because I mean, it was the hilarious thing. Kovacic just ran through him like he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like it was. That's what I'm saying. Like you said, Lavia is out, but isn't he back from injury? Is he not fit to start?
Yeah, but is he not match fully fit?
Lavia hasn't played a game. Like he didn't go international or anything. So
yeah, no,
just throw him straight in.
His only minutes were against City.
Unless what happened last international break where Enzo came back, but he had like a cold or something. He was sick, so he couldn't play. Unless something like that happens, which. I'm not wishing injuries, but like I'd rather Caicedo Lavia midfield.
Well, I think we all rather Cancelo Lavia, particularly where we're going. But
you know, might be facing.
Yes, exactly. Like, and I'm not being funny. One thing about Liverpool, regardless of Klopp or Arne Slot, they put pressure on you, a lot of pressure on you. And that is probably one thing I will say, that when we're under pressure, when people press us high and get in our faces, it's not something we deal with very well because we do misplaced passes. Sometimes, shall we say, our goalkeeper is reliable or unreliable, depending on how you look at it. Because I'm not being funny, like we've mentioned we've mentioned players that aren't playing. What about the players that are? You know what I mean? Is anyone worried about Sanchez being in goal for this one? Like, does everyone think Vega and Gusto are finally going to get exposed because they're literally or Adebayor for that matter, because he's going to be there instead of Fofana. These guys haven't played a lot, so touch and go, innit? Miss Melina, big up in the building as well. Big up, Mel. Hope you're well.
My concern is us giving up a dangerous free kick, and then just giving them a reason to either Trent bag one in the back of the net or just have another set piece.
I was going to get onto that as well. Set pieces.
Because if Darwin gets isolated because we have terrible marking when it comes to set pieces, he might. Who knows? Because Darwin, we gave him a penalty last time around, and he still finds a way to miss. That's why if it's like Jota or anyone else, they'll find the net.
Oh, that wasn't even my problem. My biggest problem was that's why I'm thinking like if I'm sure I'd play Nunez, because the way like at certain times playing the ball out of the back, Sanchez, if Nunez is there causing chaos and then we end up giving the ball to like a Salah or someone, and then it's crazy. So that's
well, JPT
he needs a 10 minutes run when he always get the ball. So I saw when Salah passed the ball to him, he's not normally 10 minutes run, and he's always when he's not 10 minutes run, he always kicking the ball over the crossbar. So if he did 10 minutes run, a bit like what I see against Bournemouth in 10 minutes run and he scored, that is what I want to see against the guys. But he normally doesn't 10 minutes run, and that's what we have problem with his time run. He's running his time running. His time you need to time his run. Make sure he's on and not offside. That's the only thing.
Is that Jamaican to Jamaican, yeah? Big up TT. Alright, big up to TT, man. Good luck over the weekend. Me and you spoiled earlier, man. Much love, brother, man. Good luck. I hope everything turns out alright. Man's thinking of you, man. I want to say that now because this is my boy right here, man. TT. Big up, man. I hope you're alright, man. Good luck over the weekend. If you know, you know. If he's told you, if not, just wish the brother luck, man. Serious guy, man. Big up, TT. I hope you're alright. But yeah, I think JPT mentioned this a minute ago. I am scared of these guys set piece wise, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Jordan. No, I'm serious, Jordan.
Oh, for real.
I'm so, bro. We had Enzo Fernandez marking Haaland, bro. We had Enzo Fernandez of all people marking Haaland.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Maresca's changed that.
Bro, I have less confidence in us defending set pieces than fucking Ten Hag using a hair comb, bro. It's not gonna happen.
We there, man. Don't talk about United, talk about Chelsea, man.
No, I'm talking about confidence. We can't be going confident. You see the mistakes we made?
Oh, you have to go confident, mate.
Like Nick Cannon, bro. We've been making mistakes left and right.
You got Maresca. Apparently, he's changed everything on the clubs.
I don't think what Nick Cannon does is a mistake at this point. I think he purposely does that. But aside from that.
Well, hang on. Going back to my point about set pieces, they're gonna murder us height-wise. You know that. Like,
but I don't think the set pieces is not like my biggest worry. My biggest worry is.
But they can hurt us.
Yeah, I know. But my biggest worry for playing Liverpool is that if we're sloppy playing the ball out of the back and they are causing chaos from Nunez, that's my biggest worry. It's not the set pieces. My biggest worry is the chaos they'll cause our backline and Sanchez. If we're trying to play it out instead of just hoofing the ball on certain occasions, that's where they can find joy and score. It's not just set pieces because, they'll be able to score more from open play than they probably will from set pieces, realistically.
That's true, but it can lead to the other. They can put pressure on us at goal, and then we make a bad pass out to then cause a careless free kick.
Which is why I want to cut out the sloppy play. Cut out the sloppy play, then we won't give set pieces. But it's gonna have to be a game where everyone has to be on their A game. It's Anfield, it's very difficult to go out there and win. And we haven't won there in a very, very long time. Even our best performances there recently, we've still not been able to win. So if we can get, I'll accept the point, I guess. But if we can go there and perform brilliantly and win, that's a massive statement for Maresca, for this Chelsea squad, for these players. Yeah.
TT, big up. You just joined us. What's your feeling on this Liverpool? Because I see you're starting 11 earlier. Obviously go check out TT's channel if you want his full in-depth view. But just give me a quick feeling of what you feel about this game, bro. How are you seeing this challenge that we've got at Anfield this weekend? If you're there. He's there. The mic's on. You there, TT?
Yes, I am here.
Big up, brother.
Yes, yes. Big up to everybody except for Jordan.
Come
Um,
on.
No, none of that here. None of that here. None of that here. None of that here.
He said Ross Clyde.
yeah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But yeah,
Who's Jordan again?
yeah. This this match is gonna be one that will obviously be entertaining. I'm hoping it will be entertaining. From the point of view that it's a game where it's not a case where, well, from a Chelsea perspective, it's not going to be where we're making a lot of mistakes. The game against Forest is a game that we have to be aware that that is a wake up call. The fact that you cannot make simple mistakes and not expect to be punished. And Liverpool are a team that right now they're trying to, be in that among that picture again of knocking Man City off their high horse. So I think in terms of how they've started so far this season, in terms of Premier League and in other competitions, um, they have a lot to prove. They have a lot that they need to do. So I think the game will obviously be intense in that sense. Um, the way that Liverpool are playing now, it's not the same as how they used to play on the club. It's completely different. Um, sometimes they do have a high line. Sometimes they do try to ensure that they're not too high. They don't give too much space. So in a game like this, you're gonna have to be you have to have a strategy that will draw them out, try to get behind them. And well, you said you saw what my lineup would be. I just went off based on what I think Maresca may do. If it's a case where the match is going to be a case where Liverpool are going to be sitting deep, then obviously Jackson may have a hard time in the match. But as I said, if you're able to drag them out, try to get their players to move out of position and ensure that you can get beyond them, then Jackson may not have an issue. But my biggest concern is the fact that we're gonna have to deputize Renato Vega, um, I believe, as a left back, and I'm not really sure how much he can handle that task. I mean, I get it. He's had a good start in terms of when he's been asked to play, but he's still very young, and he's still gonna be prone to making mistakes. So that is one of my biggest concerns. But I think it's a match that we can give Liverpool a run for their money. It's a case of ironing out the mistakes and finding plan Bs if the plan of getting beyond them isn't possible if they're playing deep. So it's a game where we can do well. It's just about um, ensuring that we iron out those issues.
You know what? I have to say, big up to your analogy there, TT, because that's one thing I've noticed about it. They are tactically a lot more flexible than what they would have been under Klopp. Would you not say that's fair, Jordan? Yeah, you adjust the way you're playing a lot more now compared to how you would under Klopp. How would you say as a Liverpool fan? What would you say you've noticed has changed from Klopp football to Army football? I'm
Well,
curious.
since the season start, we normally when Klopp was coaching us, we used to normally use 4-3-3 formation, and it's surprising that when Stark comes in now, its formation just changed. We have only one player playing up front as a lone striker. So you just rotate one player and put one other one up there. So it's looking like honest that comes to really do business with us to try to win the league. But I'm not really sure if we're going to win. But we're not going to win. But I'm surprised to see that we have only one player up front. Shota normally play and Keane normally play probably until 90 minutes. But yeah, I'm surprised to see the formation. It surprised me a lot, but I'm happy with the lineup from slot.
Fair enough. Horace, trying to get you involved in the conversation
Yeah,
somehow,
no,
but
it's fine.
now it's time. Give me your take on the game as a neutral. Tell me how you see this going, because obviously it's not Man United on either side. So, give me your take.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a good game. For some reason, I can see a 2-2 draw here. But, my mind's telling me a 2-2 draw, but you know, the referee is not what you guys would like, but just have to stick with it. But yeah, listen, if you don't give away too many fouls, then I can see Chelsea get a result. But if you keep fouling and more free kicks for Liverpool, then yeah, probably Liverpool win. But I don't know. I think Chelsea will get a draw here. I think it'll be 2-2. I think Maresca will set you guys up nicely, but you guys are not the old team now. You won't sit back. I think Chelsea will actually go for it now. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but Cole Palmer, if he's on it, it'll be a good game. And then Nicholas Jackson, let's see if he does. So he has to take the chance as well. When he has a chance, he has to bury them. But let's see. I think this could be a good one. Some of these definitely get a son off in this match. So I can already see. But yeah, Chelsea draw. I think you guys would take a draw, right? So yeah, 2-2 draw.
It wouldn't be a bad result considering the amount of defenders we've actually still got out. Yes, I agree that a draw wouldn't be a bad result.
Wouldn't be bad, but we're dropping in the table because Villa is going to be playing, I think, Fulham, which I'm not saying Fulham is going to be an easy, cakewalk, but if not that, then Brighton versus Newcastle, which there might be a win. Hopefully, that's a draw as well. but it's at Brighton, and we've seen what they can do against Spurs
and United. But yeah, for me, Chelsea, right? I know your midfield is going to be Enzo and Cancelo, but for me, it's about how you guys set up, right? If how Maresca will set up. Personally, for me, I think he will set up you guys nicely. You guys won't sit back. Let's be honest. You will not sit back. You're not Pochettino or whatever you guys had before. But now,
America's problem now.
Yeah, Pochettino, mate, Pochettino. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this game as a neutral. I'm looking forward, but I'm a Chelsea fan on that game. I'm a Chelsea fan.
Oh, shut the fuck up!
Hey, up the Chelsea, mate. Up the Chelsea. Yeah?
I mean, I think he hates Liverpool more than he hates
mate, of
Chelsea.
Course.
Yeah.
Of
course.
I will be real with this. I hate Man United more than I hate Liverpool. I'll say that.
I hate Man United more than I hate Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never lost the Champions League final to Liverpool. I have to United. Fuck United.
That only slot machine needs to be broken. So it needs to be broken this weekend. So.
Vegas settings. Let's go.
Well, hang on. Okay, with the defensive weaknesses that we got, and I want Oris to be honest, right, with this. Do you think they're gonna tear us open?
Liverpool will have chances, yes. They will definitely have chances.
Because I'm not being funny, I'm just thinking, on a good day, we'll give away maybe 2 or 3 chances. On a bad day, we can give away 10. And if you don't believe me, have a look at the games. Because I've never even.
No, Sanchez has saved us for a couple of results.
Sanchez needs to be on it, mate.
Forest, that's a great example. Forest, without Sanchez, we lose that game by 3 goals. It's okay, don't get me wrong. You could argue that the only best 2 chances we had against Forest, other than I think the pen we scored, was Palmer's ones, and he blasted straight at the goalkeeper both times. So, you know what I mean, because finishing is definitely not our strong point. So this is the thing. Even if we create chances, it's not guaranteed that we take them. So I think I agree with Oris on that one as well. Playing on the counter would be something, or sitting back and playing on the counter. That'd be too risky for me because it's just
too risky.
We're gonna make mistakes. This isn't Chelsea of 5 years ago where we could keep a clean sheet and lock you out completely. You know what I mean? This nah. So yeah, we got to roll with what we got, and I do think if we attack Liverpool, like Forest did, and get you guys on the ropes a bit, maybe get the crowd a bit nervous. Try our luck a bit.
Mate, don't worry. Anfield, the atmosphere is nothing, so you don't have to worry about that atmosphere. All they have is Bluetooth speakers everywhere, so it's fine, mate. They're Bluetooth speakers.
You'll never walk alone.
Mate, get ready for the Bluetooth speaker to be working before kickoff. At
least they don't have piss on their fans, bro.
Listen, that piss is fixed now. That piss is fixed. So yeah.
Is it?
For me, it's just the accent. Are you serious, man? Are you serious?
Are you serious?
It's not. That's not even a dig to the club. That's just a dig to the. I don't want to say the community, but the area. That's it. But yeah, we got a lot of people joining in, so big up to everyone in the chat as
Yeah,
well.
man, big up all
So,
the new faces, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
this is
yeah, big
nice.
up,
See you.
big up.
But
Say-
but yeah,
But-
is there anything else to talk about for this Liverpool game? 'Cause I know we still got.
Anthony Taylor, do you guys want to talk about Anthony Taylor?
Is he
Well-
like supposedly the because that happened versus who was it, the Forest game or the Brighton game?
Liverpool
Yeah,
will
he-
get,
We are-
if it's
it is
Anthony
confirmed.
Taylor, Liverpool will get a penalty and we'll get a good shout turned
we
down.
will get a red card.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
something will
confirmed.
happen. Something will happen.
It is confirmed. He is refereeing the game soon.
But I will say this: Haaland's not playing, so we're not going to get bent over and greased up completely, just only marginally. You know what I mean? Like, oh dear. But yeah, like before, okay, because obviously we're going to talk about the Tuchel thing a little bit because I think this is quite only not only is it hypocritical, it's actually quite funny. Stop grinning, Jordan, says TT.
You
So
leave
put
my
your teeth-
yard man alone,
He
bro.
said, put your
Fuck.
teeth away, boy. You're not
Super
joking.
Tommy, too cool. Come on.
But anyway, yeah. But Jordan, give me your score prediction, bro, and I'll go around the Chelsea boys, and then I'll ask Boris, and we'll round that conversation off. Can you give me a score prediction, guy?
And score prediction 2-0 Liverpool.
I knew I shouldn't have asked him.
Yeah.
No, big up 2-0 to Liverpool. All right, okay. JPT, give me your feelings, brother. What's your score prediction for this one?
I think it might be a low scoring game. I could be completely wrong. I'm not successful when it comes to gambling, but I'm gonna just say a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. All right, fair
Mhm.
enough. It's John Brooks, referee, Mike Oliver, VAR. There you go. Daz has just broke you the facts. Big up, Daz. All right, that's who he says is man. I'll believe him. So, big up, Daz. Thank you for that. Arsenal is a threat to us, just like Nick is a threat to Arsenal. Oh, dear. All right, fair enough. Pram, you there, my brother? Pram, you with us?
Prime?
Pram?
It took me Biggie Smalls. No.
Yeah.
Notorious. Big up, brother. Give us a score prediction.
I don't know. I don't really have one. I think
Make one up.
What is the
I don't
hard
know.
part
I think realistically it'll be a
pressure.
draw.
Okay.
I think 1-1. I hope we nick it, but I think 1-1.
All right.
1-1.
Hey.
All right. Another one of the Chelsea boys going for a draw. I think I have to go with them. Maybe an optimistic 1-1 or 2-2, because I know we're going to concede.
We're gonna concede.
So it's just whether we can get at Liverpool consistently or not is the question for me. TT, my brother, what are you feeling here? What do you think the scoreline would be?
Well, unlike JPT, I don't gamble, so I don't have to have luck. And unlike Jordan, I'm not going with 2-0 Liverpool. I'm going with 2-1 Chelsea because for the past barring the Man City game, we've not scored a goal. So I'm gonna go with that optimism still. So
We are
I think
scoring
we'll be
goals.
able to get a goal. I think we'll nick it. I heard Prem say that he's hoping we can, and JPT is going with 1-1. But I'm saying 2-1. I think we'll be able to get that one goal over them. It's possible. It's possible. It just depends on which Chelsea turns up.
Fair enough. Oris, as the neutral here, bro. How do you see this one spinning out? Tell me. Give me your
Yeah,
feeling on this.
I can see a 2-2 draw. Yeah, I could see. To be honest, I could see Chelsea scoring first, and then Liverpool getting 1-1, and then 2. And I think Liverpool make it 2-1, and then Chelsea 2-2. So yeah, it's gonna be end-to-end game, nice end-to-end, and well, I hope anyways. But 2-2 draw for me.
Big
Yeah,
up,
a lot of
Leroy, the
draws.
5 Week Show. How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing good and well. Catch out if you haven't checked it out. Pick up the Dust Up Shakedown. They had that last night. Please give them a sub and a like because these boys back me up just like I back them up. Big up to you, Leroy. I hope you're doing good.
Quality content.
I ain't gonna say pause for nothing. These guys are G's, man. And whenever I've asked them for anything, they've always been there for me. So big up to the 5 Week Show. Big up my brother. Allah.
For you. I'm drinking too much.
Yeah,
man.
big up on that.
Yeah, it's like anything for you. Oliver Twist, mate. No Diddy settings. Anyway, I just had to make that shot. Anyway, just to flip this now, and I'm gonna let because this is something that JPT was feeling really passionate about earlier. Now, everyone who lives in England knows that you don't listen to talk shit because they do actually talk shit. And I'm not being funny. Now, JPT, right? You were the one that mentioned the too cool thing to me earlier, so I'll let you open on this. Like, by what you saw and you heard, what knocked you, bro? Because you were pretty pissed off. Well, not pissed off, but you were agitated and confused. So do explain.
So I used Talksport because that was the last thing I saw. But other than what Phil Neville was talking shit about,
And what did Phil Neville say?
Gary Neville, you mean?
No, Gary no. But Phil Neville is also too, just like, because anyone was saying Phil Neville, he's in Portland Timbers. We know his level, just so, and we saw how he did in Valencia. So just,
I absolutely hate them. Yeah.
That's a United fan, folks.
No, it's true. I mean, look, the old
It's
song.
Man United.
What was it say? If the Nevils can play for England, so can I. So yeah. So if the Nevils are trying to manage England, so can I. Because these guys are clueless. I know Prime bigs up, I think, one of them, but I think Michael Carrick might have a better shot if they want to give a former United player a shot at being manager. But what I don't get is that is the hypocrisy, and that's what got me, because they said it's more so that it's a foreigner managing England, and my thing is that, no, just be honest. Just say because he's German. Just that's all. And if however they feel about German, and this, I'm an outsider in this perspective, so I would say because I might not grasp the concept of how deep the German English rivalry or hate goes to. Um, I can't speak on that part, but my thing is that if the hypocrisy or the of this is like, oh, it's a foreigner managing it, but then the first thing they say is, oh, we should have gone Pep Guardiola. When the fuck did Spain become part of the UK?
We got
It's because
Gibraltar.
Pep is the best manager, arguably, in the
Fine.
world,
The thing
arguably of
is,
all
right,
time.
But then
So
the complaint
it
about
makes
the it's a
it makes
foreigner
sense.
that goes out the window.
the thing is, if
Yeah,
Klopp,
but hold on, bro. Yeah, but because it's Pep, so like you can make exemptions for Pep.
And that's fine, But the thing is that he's not available. And two,
Yeah.
wouldn't that look suspicious after what the 115 charges that him and City are facing?
Oh, we've had Sam
How
Allardyce, bro. That wouldn't look
how
unusual.
is that gonna look
and
like? Oh, the man that they're
Royalty as
trying to
well.
find, they're trying to like, um, bury
I
him in
know,
his club.
I know. Pep was never gonna go there anyway. But like,
Oh yeah,
actually let Oris go because he's been trying to speak before.
Go on,
No,
Oris.
Or are you?
I
Yeah.
was just saying, if Jurgen Klopp joined England, media wouldn't be talking about this. So the media would be saying, "Oh, why is Klopp taking this?" But because it's too cool, right? The media
Yes,
wants to talk
Pappy.
about it.
but and that's the thing too. But Klopp just took another job. What was it? Director of global football.
Salzburg,
Yeah, no,
Red
for all Red
yeah,
Bulls.
or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
Red Bull model.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
So
pissed on
Yeah,
all the Dortmund fans in the process because they
yeah.
actually went up in arms
I-
about that last week. Did anyone hear what the Dortmund fans? They were burning
Yeah,
Klopp
man.
Yeah,
I
shirts
think
and
a
everything.
protest, mate. There's a protest.
that's because like a lot of German fans, they don't like Red Bull as a model for what they're doing in
it's a
Germany, but that's a different
fucking
thing.
commercial.
I think like people would be up in arms for Klopp as well. My thing is, it was only a few weeks ago people were talking about Tuchel fell at Bayern. The way people spoke about Tuchel when he was at Chelsea, that the guy's a terrorist, he fluked the Champions League, he's not that good of a coach, but now he's apparently the best around and he's elite. I rate Tuchel highly. I think he's the best tactician in world football.
Rossi. Yeah, I do
And
actually agree. He's a great tactic, and it's what England need.
Yeah, but ultimately it's not going to make a difference for me. We saw Tuchel at Chelsea. How many finals did he get us to? And how many finals
5
did
or
we
6.
lose because the players couldn't perform? The same is going to happen with England. If he'll get them to another final. But like, who's to say that Kane, who's not won a trophy or turned up in a big moment in his career, is actually going to perform? We've seen Saka in key moments for England and Arsenal fail to perform. Foden is horrible for England. Bellingham is not the player everyone makes him out to be.
He really is.
Declan Rice on a big, and every time Declan Rice plays on a big stage, he gets tactically outclassed in midfield. I rate Pickford, but
That's
and
true,
he
actually,
is.
yeah.
I rate Pickford, and he is England's best goalkeeper. But on big stages, at times he can get found out. Like people have to remember. But I think with Tuchel now, people have to now come to the realization of if they still don't win with this elite manager, with this amazing cup manager, the problem's not your managers now. The problem, because I truly believe the problem wasn't just Southgate. The major problem was the players not being good enough. Everyone wanted to blame Southgate. You now have an amazing cup manager. If you still don't win with Tuchel, are you going to blame him and say he's a German? He sabotaged England? No, that's not fair.
But
You
they
have to
are.
blame your players now.
Yeah, they are.
I know
Yeah.
that's what they're going to do, but
That-
people have to look at these players. I don't trust a lot of these England players. I don't think one, I don't believe they're as good as what people say that they are, and two, England are not a big nation. They're not better than a France, not
Not
better
on
than
an international
Argentina.
scale. No, that's
They're
true.
not. They're not better than Argentina. They're
One
not
cup,
better
one
than
trophy.
not better than like a Spain or an
France,
Italy or
Italy,
these guys. They're not
Germany,
better than these guys.
Brazil,
I don't.
Argentina.
I trust.
Brazil
I
looks good.
trust as much as I trust Italy if they get to a semi-final or final. I trust France. I trust Argentina. I trust Germany. I trust these nations. I don't trust England. Regardless of who's in charge, Pep Guardiola can be manager. I don't trust England because I don't trust their players to perform. And then when they fail, they'll blame Tuchel and say he's just a German, that he sabotaged the country. Is that what that's what they're going to do? They're just going to blame him. They're not going to blame Kane for not turning up in the final again. They're not going to blame Declan Rice for losing another midfield battle on the national stage. They're not going to blame these guys. They're not going to blame their best players. They're going to blame the manager again. And it's annoying for me because I actually rate Tuchel. I actually love Tuchel as a manager, and they're
I
going
do
to
as well.
destroy. They're going to destroy him. They're
And we
going to
always
destroy
try.
him. And I
And
look
let's
at
try.
Tuchel. I look at Tuchel. I look at Tuchel. I think it's suspect as well. Why are you going for the England? Why are you accepting the England job? I understand if you don't want to go to Man United, but your other option is not England. There are other jobs available, or there are other jobs that will be available come the end of the season that you could go for. Why are you going for the England job? It doesn't make. Maybe he believes he can win them a trophy, but if they lose again, because Southgate was getting England to semi-finals and finals. If you cannot match, not even match, if you cannot get them over the line, all England fans will say is, well, Southgate, yeah, national manager, he had pride for the country, was getting us to big stages, the best run for England since 1966 when they last won a trophy. You bring in a German who doesn't. He's a German. He's our rivals. You bring him in, and then he sabotages us. He sabotages this quote golden generation. That's what the narrative will be when they don't win, and I know they won't win because I don't trust the players. This is not a Tuchel problem. I trust Tuchel. When he was at Chelsea, I trusted Tuchel in every big
Yeah.
game we played. I
So
trusted
did
him
I.
in every big game. But you know what would happen? We'd play in a Carabao Cup final and Mason Mount would miss a chance, or Werner would be offside, or
Pulisic.
Havertz would make the wrong pass, or Pulisic. That's what would happen. It would be Tuchel's fault. And then the rivals would twist it and say Chelsea got outclassed, or Chelsea aren't good enough, or Tuchel is ruining our forwards, or Tuchel plays terrorism football. No, it's not Tuchel. It's the players. People have to accept that. At Bayern Munich, same thing. A midfield of Goretzka and Kimmich when Tuchel wanted a defensive midfielder. That's why they didn't win the league. Bayern had a brilliant season points-wise, but it wasn't good enough because Leverkusen had a crazy season. They went unbeaten. The points Bayern amassed, the points Bayern amassed last season under Tuchel would have won the league the previous season. So Tuchel points-wise didn't fail. It was just they were up against a crazy Leverkusen side. It's unprecedented. It happens. It is what it is. But people just now have to accept players underperforming for Tuchel as opposed to Tuchel failing players. People have to accept that, but they won't. Tuchel will get blamed. He'll get called a terrorist. He'll be deported from the country, and then England will waste another quote-unquote golden generation, and we'll start this bullshit again in 4 years. But
The pressure's on
I'm done
for Tuchel
talking.
to win it. Yeah, the pressure's on for him.
Well, can I just say one thing, right? In terms of going on to the expectation of Tuchel, well, I'm going to cover this in two areas, right? The appointment and what now JPT, the media reaction. Now, on the media reaction side of things, like I have to point out that when a certain Sven-Göran Eriksson defeated Germany 5-1 in the first few games of his tenure, no one was saying foreign this, foreign that for shit. I remember euphoria all over the country because we demolished the great enemy. And it was just like, yeah, man, it was almost like winning a trophy in itself. So, and none of that crap was there, right? And the narrative that the manager of England has to be English is kind of self-defeated anyway. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at all the top clubs in England, right, and regardless of what order, now you could say Man United won or Liverpool won, depending on your point of view in terms of history and success. One is now managed by a Dutchman, or they're both managed by a Dutchman, in fact. So, right, you haven't got an English manager there. Then you look at the London clubs, or like Man City. There's at least two Spaniards in terms of Arteta and Pep Guardiola. And you think of us, we've got an Argentinian. What actual top club in England, and let's be honest, Newcastle aren't the top club.
Maresca's
They're
Italian.
trying to become.
Italian.
Maresca's Italian.
And Slot is Dutch.
Is Dutch, sorry. But name a top club in England that wins trophies that is managed by an Englishman?
There isn't one. But my thing is this, right? The whole thing about St. George's Park was not just developing quality, technically secured English players. It was about developing English managers. But you know what's happened since then? You guys have fast-tracked Frank Lampard, who is not good. Steven Gerrard, who is, I don't care that he won the title with Rangers. He is not good. Lampard would have won that title. Rooney, who is also not good. But you know the actual good managers you have. Graham Potter, who I know he fell at Chelsea, but Potter had to leave England to actually be coached properly. Potter is a very good coach. You have, what's his name? Kieran McKenna, who is a very good coach. You have, hot take, Michael Carrick. I personally believe, hot take, that Michael Carrick is on par with the likes of like Fabregas, Alonso, Arteta, Maresca tactically. I believe he is in the class of like golden, these next up and coming world class managers. I truly believe
I would
he is
agree.
in that club.
Yeah.
But you don't give these quality English guys the job. When Redknapp was doing well at Portsmouth, won them a trophy. When he did well at Spurs, and up until that point with Spurs, I think they were like a finish in the Champions League spot. You know, he was the best performing England manager. He didn't get the England job at that time. When you look at Sam Allardyce, when he was doing well with Bolton all those years ago, he didn't get the England job either. England have a thing of they give the wrong guy the job. If you want to stick with this, we have to build an English manager. I don't think that's a bad thing, by the way. I understand people who want to have the national pride and have a quality English manager leading them, but give it to the right guy. When they were looking at get rid of Southgate like 2 years ago, and Lampard and Gerrard were being linked to the job, you know how embarrassing that is. Give it to Carrick. I believe he's good enough. Give it to McKenna. Give it to Potter. Give it to Eddie Howe. At least trust one of the better English managers. Yes, those guys I've mentioned, they're not a Tuchel yet, but give it to at least the better guys that you have. Don't just say, okay, give it to Lampard. No, that's stupid. Give it to the better options.
Right.
Give it to someone.
Even Gary O'Neill, even though he's with the shit with Wolf side, is only 1 point. But the thing is that, and I'll let Wolf go. But it's also, this is where England need to look, or even the FA need to look at themselves. Like, why? The question shouldn't be why is it that they didn't assign an English manager, but is that why is there no qualified English manager? It's because it's too expensive. I was surprised that was it the for the coaching badge to get the top level. It's like over 3,000. And I'm like, who can afford that unless you're a former player?
And you know who affords that? Yeah, because these former players, they get the coaching badges done through their clubs who pay for it.
Yeah,
look at Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere, he's now got the Norwich City job. Like, why? Why does he have what? Why do these ex-players have the jobs? That's not how it should work. When you look at abroad, and I said this like 2018 when Lampard, or 2017 when he was doing his coaching badges, I was like, Lampard, go to Germany, go Spain, go learn. Don't stay in England because you're not going to learn anything. And lo and behold, he has no real like coaching philosophy. Gerrard has no philosophy. Rooney has no philosophy because they've not been coached or taught properly.
Yeah, of
But when
course.
you learn in Germany, when you learn in Spain, when you learn in Italy, whatever, you get taught a philosophy. Potter, he has a philosophy. He has a style. Eddie Howe, after he got sacked by Bournemouth, you know what he did? He went to Spain and he studied under Diego Simeone for a few years. He comes back to Newcastle and he has a proper philosophy and a style.
Took a whole
He has
sabbatical.
give it to these guys. Give it to one of them. Give it to the better. At least if you give it to the best English manager available, you have something. And you know what else they could have done if they wanted a true elite world class coach? You know what they could have done? Emma Hayes just left Chelsea. She went to the US Women's. Why didn't she get the men's job? Because she is true. She's the only world class coach that I know that's English, whether men or women.
That's
She's the
actually a
only
good
world class
point.
coach.
That's actually a
Give
very
it to
good
Emma
point.
Hayes. Why would Emma Hayes, who's English, why would
I
she
hate
leave
her, but
this
that's a
country?
good point.
Why would she leave this country to go to America when she could have like stayed in England, stayed around family, nurturing and growing, raising her kids, and
Oh,
managing
no.
the country that she loves? Why couldn't she have done that?
No. But
Why
don't
did she
forget,
even?
don't
Yeah?
forget. Remember, she'd already took the USA job before the end of last season.
No,
Is it?
I know, but
So
yeah, but Wolfie,
the timing.
no, no,
I hear what you're
no,
saying,
it's
because
not.
if Gareth won,
No,
they'd be
no, no,
begging for him to
no,
stay,
no,
right?
no, it's not. No, it's not because Wolfie, they've been trying to get a replacement for Southgate for like 2 years now. They've been trying for a long time. So why didn't you go and get Emma Hayes?
I hate the lot.
Emma Hayes is the best English manager, men or women, that's available. She's the best.
I don't like her. But
Why not get her? Like, but that's my point though. Like, if you at least have someone who's available, but you don't. If you don't want her because she's a woman, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but cool. Take that aside. Then give it to the best English man available. Then give it to a Potter. Give it to Eddie Howe.
Good point.
Or trust one of the young guys. Give it to Carrick, because that's what. Look at Spain. The guy who won
not ready
the Euros with them, Fuentes. He was coaching a lot of these young players in the
Big Art
English
Rosie. Facts.
in the Spanish under-21 setup. She was coaching the likes. He was coaching the likes of Yamal and Nico Williams, etc., etc. So when they brought them to the first team, he also came to the first team, and it was easier to mesh it, and it was easier to win. Like, eventually, you're going to have to trust someone of quality, or else you continue to be a failed nation.
True. And on the Emma Hayes thing,
Yeah, Potter's not ready for me.
Hang on one second. Another reason why I think it's good that I think the English FA were glad to say goodbye to Emma Hayes is because before she left, she brought the game into disrepute with her man-hating comments. So when she goes around calling, well, don't forget there was that big controversy, wasn't there, at the Arsenal game with the ball changing system, innit? And about
I
how
think it was just for the Arsenal manager. I don't know if she genuinely believes that, but
I don't know. You can't call someone aggressive, then shove him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just like, that was so stupid. No, but it's what she said afterwards.
Yeah, but I think it was just one of those. It's Chelsea v Arsenal. Like, it just it's not that deep. Like, I don't think it's just like a rivalry thing. It's not.
Well,
it's not anything.
I hope not, because if she would have meant that and said that in the same room as me, I would have slapped her in the fucking face.
The thoughts of keeping it real Chelsea did not reflect same with Wolfgang divisions.
No. Yeah, exactly. He's used it very different to mine, and I'll call it as it is. She was man-hating at the time, whether it was because of professional reasons or for she thought she was being picked on, whatever the endeavor. You do not blame the whole of and blame it as a male attribute. Get the fuck out of here.
I miss Eva. Let's let our guests get a word in.
Well, I'm not being funny. Well, this is what I was going to say, actually. Who here actually believes Tuchel will do a job? Let's flip this, because I actually think he'll do a good job. Because he's made it that he's a good tactician. He knows how to
depends
play his well.
It depends on what you mean by a good job. Like, I believe Tuchel can get them to final, but
we'll get them to a World Cup final.
They won't win. They won't win.
Well, if it goes to penalties, we won't win.
That time will tell on that one, but it couldn't be any less worse than an appointment. Someone say like Sam Allardyce, for example, who was English and then sold the country out. So all this nonsense of notion about it has to be an Englishman. Why does it have to be an English manager? You've even shown in recent times the Englishman. Gareth Southgate got the job by default, right?
It's because
You
the
know, I
other
mean,
candidates were shit. All the realistic candidates. I don't want to hear no. We could have gone Pep. We could have gone Klopp. I heard even one from talk shit was we should have gone for the Zerbi. So again, foreign managers.
yeah,
I
well,
don't get it.
yeah, JPT, to explain the talk sport conversation that you heard, right? And like because you sent me a text message. Even if you if you quote the text message, like because you said was it about was it Klopp, Pep, and De Zerbi, right?
Yeah.
On talk shit.
I mean, it's just because like I said, like I'm not saying talk sport is like the word of gospel or something, but it's just clearly it's just the drunks calling in. Shout out to Johnny Minerals because that's how he got his start on. But
Sorry.
but
That's
it's
not true. I disagree with you, JPT. It's not Johnny.
that's where he got like his voice out there, and then he decided to make up his own channel. But I mean, he has his right to his own opinion. My thing is before we let our guests get their words in because they've been listening to us ramble.
You mean
My
you?
thing is that I don't care, and yes, I get it where it should be the people from that said country to represent and to carry that national team to glory, but it's not set in stone like that. The manager itself has to be. So if it takes a German to take and look, whether or not Prime would agree with this, there is talent, there is quality in that England squad to take them over the line. And it doesn't matter. They want to say it's an asterisk. It's not a real win. It doesn't matter. Last time I checked, if England were to win it, that star is going to be stitched onto over their badge, and it's not going to be like, oh, by the way, in 100 years from now, like that was because of a German. It doesn't matter. In 100 years, do you think they're going to give a crap about it? They're going to be like, no, there's a second star that's going to be ingrained
It was an
forever
Irishman.
But but
until a
bro,
third one
that's the
gets added
problem.
on,
But bro,
and
that's
then
the thing. It won't
but
matter unless he actually wins.
I know, and I get it, but this is what I'm saying is that now you got a good portion of England that's going to be indirectly hoping that the English team fail because, in spite of having a German manager. So it's like, what do you plan on getting if by cheering on for your nation to lose and to fail because it's a German at the wheel? Why? It's not gonna be like that second star on over your badge is gonna be in orange, yellow, and black, like over it. It's just gonna be a second star over it. But that's why I'm just like I'm tired of hearing of this. I'm just like I don't get it. But can we please let our guests get a word in because they've been hearing us ramble for the past like what 20, 30 minutes.
Yes, please.
There you go. All right, let's go
Yes,
with
please. Yes, please.
Let's go with
Yes,
TT,
please.
and we'll go with Oris, and we'll go with Jordan, and we can
Thank you.
obviously because I know y'all been listening to us, and I'm too
Thank
drunk
you.
to keep up.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Pull of the Elvis. Um, yes, I want to sing my song. It will sum up my thoughts on this appointment.
Thank you, TT. No, go on, TT, bro. TT.
Oh gosh, you almost made my heart feel a while ago. Oh my goodness. Anyways, um, anyways, um, God save. No, that's the wrong word. You see,
God save our gracious
no, no, no,
Pakshana.
no, 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 no.
Where family
It's
from?
God help TT, please. He needs you, please. God help TT.
I like the song, but you need to work on the lyrics,
Make
bro.
him victorious. Let him put the ball in the goal in finals to come. Lord,
Come on,
may
Jordan,
his
I know he's a fellow Jamaican, bro. What's happened to this brother's rhythm?
Sean, not Paul.
This is what Steve McLaren has done to him. Steve
Wait, bro.
McLaren.
Wait. I know
Steve, is Steve Cooper available?
rhythm pitching. Like, what happened to you from yard, you know? Like, what's
Oh,
going
good
on
night,
over there?
Stepsy. Thank you for tuning in, my brother.
Oh yeah, big up Stepsy. Like, he just sunk tight.
Big up,
TT just
I
sunk
thought
Stepsy.
he
his
was gonna go
lullaby,
with
bro.
the Eminem freestyle from 8 Mile.
No,
I am Mike. My grandpa
I didn't
played
even
me the
get to.
third
I
round.
didn't even get. I didn't even get to finish the song. But anyways,
No, I've had enough. I've had enough.
from a all right. From a serious standpoint, though, I have to echo the sentiment of what Prime said, because especially the part when he mentioned about his time at Chelsea and what would have let him down in a lot of those finals. Obviously, it's for any Chelsea fan would be aware of the fact that we could have won up to 5 trophies with Tuchel, if not all. But he was let down by the players. He mentioned Mason Mount and all of that, and that is my biggest concern with England, because and as he mentioned with Southgate was able to get them to finals of the Euros or get them far in the World Cup and all of that, and then when it mattered, they simply could not get over the line. So it's going to continuously be that. And then, speaking about the fact of what the media is saying, the English media is saying, or what some aspects of the English media is saying, it doesn't make it better, because he's saying that he hopes to win the World Cup and all of that, and that's expectation of any English fan who are against the appointment because he's foreign, which is so strange to me. But I am not fond of the appointment from that standpoint, because I know that it's not just the manager that's the issue. It's been I don't know, it's more than a generational issue. I mean, you have to actually look at and actually deep it as to why the greatest of greatest English players weren't able to deliver when it mattered, and now even the greatest upcoming players, or the supposed great upcoming players, as Prime mentioned, Bellingham and all those players who get hyped up, why they cannot deliver when it matters, and they are supposed to be so good. So I don't think it's just the manager, and Tuchel may get them to get far in the competition when that time comes. But in terms of getting over the line, I don't know. Maybe he's gonna have to find a way to be on the pitch and do it for himself, because I generally think that some of those players are gonna. What the heck did JPT do? I look away for a couple seconds, and then I look back and I see JPT is pulling his English roots out.
I thought he was wearing a tank top.
I am, because it's too hot with this jacket.
He-
I don't have a
Hey,
shirt.
Horace, go
Go
on,
ahead.
Horace. Say your piece, because I know you got to bounce. Sorry, Horace.
Yeah, I mean,
Subscribe to Or Sucks Football, by the way.
yeah, definitely subscribe if you want to see more rants. Yeah.
Big up Unks in the chat as well. Big up Anfield Rods. Big up Unks in the chat.
Big up, man. Big up, runs. Big up, runs. But I can't lie, mate. I'm kind of excited. I think he's the best one in the candidate, really. If you look at the names, options available, I think he's the best one. I know Prime was talking about Carrick and McKenna, but I don't think they're ready just yet. They are good managers, but they're not ready to this team far yet. But Thomas Tuchel, very good knockout manager. I can't lie. I think he needs to. The thing is, right? I watched the interview. He knows his expectations to win it. To win the World Cup. Like, he's got an 18-month contract. I think the FA are smart here, right? Giving him an 18-month contract, right? They know he's not a long-term manager, so he's not going to deal with. He doesn't have to deal with falling out with the boards like he did with Chelsea and other clubs. So it's a different job, mate. International, you're not there every week. So listen, I hope he does well, and I think he will do well. I must say he is a bad man manager, though. Man management, that's not his best.
I can ugly say that Fergie was arguably a bad man manager, but he still won you shitload of trophies, and you wouldn't trade him for nothing.
That is true. But listen, I just don't trust this England squad. Like perhaps I really don't, because I think they'll throw out another manager. But listen, let's see. I am excited though. I really hope he doesn't play Saka left wing back. Like, please, just don't do that.
Right.
I know.
Also, you've got to let Tuchel. If the thing about getting these elite coaches, elite managers that we've
Can't let them
seen
do what they want.
with Man United and Spurs, yes, you got to let them be like what they. You got to let them pick their squads. You got to let them do what they
Trust
they
them
are.
to manage. Don't second guess them all
Like
the time.
the way England fans in the media were criticizing every single England squad Southgate picked. You can't do that with Tuchel. If he plays Saka wing back, just shut up and accept it, because you want this guy. If he doesn't pick Trent in the squad for a tournament, don't complain. because this is the guy you want. It's the elite manager. This is the winner that's going to get you over the line. If he plays Gallagher in the midfield or whatever, or does something that's a bit stupid, accept it.
TT, you
Chelsea
dumb,
fans,
bro.
Chelsea fans had to accept Jorginho in the midfield, and you know what? I won us a Champions League. So just shut up and accept it. Whatever he does, accept it.
Well, can I just say, you can wasn't okay. All the Chelsea boys here, right? Wasn't sacking Tuchel really the Broly era's first big mistake?
I guess, but we
yeah,
let
when
Orsan before he has to leave, bro.
Yeah, he spoke.
Oh, is that it?
I
Is that
asked
it?
him if he wants to say something else.
I thought he was still speaking. I was like,
JPT, you're drunk. Let me handle this.
That's fine. I just thought he was speaking, and then Prime cut in. I was like, oh, he has to go.
Yeah, I know, but I did ask the guy if he wanted to say something.
What Pochettino does to this guy, man. Pochettino, what have you made JPT, man? What have you done to him?
Well, I'd rather drink wine than fucking what is it? What's the thing? The little fucking green drink that they have with the metal straw.
No, I think Thomas Tuchel will do well at England. Smart 18-month contract.
Yeah, but or what does do well mean? Do well has to mean win it.
Yeah, win it.
I think
At this point now,
I think I
don't think he will. I don't think he will.
I think because of the players or because of him?
It's because of the. I think people vastly, like, I don't think people truly think about how some of these better England players are just not good enough, really, or they just fail to perform on the big stage, bro. Like, and I'm not just for England, even at club level. Declan Rice, and I rate Declan Rice highly. Whenever I've seen him play on a big stage, I've always seen him get outclassed in midfield. Saka fails to perform on the biggest stages when it matters for Arsenal. I've seen it happen. Kane, I've seen it happen. Foden, whenever he's not playing for Foden, when he doesn't play for Man City in that Pep system, I've seen him get like exposed. Like I've seen it happen. We've all seen it happen. So let's not pretend it's a manager issue.
Oh,
you now
TT, man. Fine. Jesus Christ, bro.
And fine.
Yo, TT don't get
that was heinous shit, man.
He's on deep time. Just ignore it. Like, and fine. People can say Southgate wasn't good enough. He's a bum. I don't even disagree with that. But if the bum, the terrible manager, the terrible coach, could get England to semi-finals and finals consistently, that means the next guy you bring in, who's supposed to be better, has to go and win it. I don't believe Tuchel will, and it's not a Tuchel issue. It's the players. The players didn't show me anything under Southgate that they were performing in these finals, and Southgate was the reason why they didn't get over the line. They didn't show me that. Like the last World Cup France played in, where they took it to penalties against Argentina. You know why they didn't win that final? Because of Deschamps. Deschamps is why they didn't win. France performed in that final, but Deschamps is why they didn't get over the line. England have never done that. England have never had a final anywhere close to that. But performance-wise. So we'll see. And listen, could I get proven wrong? I mean, I actually don't think I will. I'll be so real. I've been watching England for as long as I've been watching Chelsea. Like, so it's not a bias thing. I've genuinely been watching England. I know what England is. People don't want to accept it because England are supposed to be a big nation, but they're not. They're not. It's like Spurs. Spurs are not a big club. People have to accept what Spurs are.
Yeah, winners make big nations, and international stage.
Exactly. England have vastly overachieved.
Right, remember, England have the same amount of World Cups as Greece do European Championships.
Thank you. England, and we don't view Greece as a big nation because they have a Euros. Why do I view England as a big nation? Because they have a World Cup. They won in 1966.
You can't say because you've got the most expensive and hardest league, and that doesn't cut it, bro. Sorry.
Not only that, but it's like the epicenter of
football. England have less trophies on the international stage than the likes of Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt. England don't win on the big stages. People have to accept Southgate vastly overachieved by what this nation is. They're not winners. They don't. England's golden generation with John Terry, Ashley Cole, Rooney, Beckham. The farthest they got to was a quarterfinal, right? That not quarterfinal against Portugal. Young Ronaldo's Portugal.
I think.
I
Like,
think so.
yeah, that's the farthest that golden generation got to. And Southgate
I think did they
is
get a
getting,
semi-final as well? That's what didn't they get a semi-final?
I think so. And
For
Southgate with
Croatia?
Harry Maguire at the back is getting to finals. Like, let's just, and people don't rate Southgate. So the next guy, can he win? I don't think he will. And people will blame Tuchel. People will blame that he's German. People will scapegoat everything, but they won't realize your guys aren't good enough.
Mm. Hey, Jordan, what's your feeling on this, bro? You've been
Yeah,
hearing
man.
what everyone else has said, and we've got to ask you, bro, because you've just been chilling there patiently.
Yeah.
And thank
Bless
you
you,
for that,
Jordan,
man.
bro.
Big up for that.
Yeah.
Like, what's your feeling on this, man? Because obviously
Big up, Crane.
you obviously support an English team, so you know quite a lot about the league. You know, what I mean, no, it's true, isn't it? You know,
Well,
we're all football fans, isn't it? So, what's your feeling on this, man? Because you've obviously, how long have you been a Liverpool fan for?
Um, this could be my sixth. This could be my sixth.
So like 6 years, yeah. So you got a fairly good idea what goes on in English football. Give me your take, man. Do you think it's a good appointment? Like, do you think it makes sense, or do you think it's like crybabies over here? Or what? Give me your take, my brother.
Well, before I go to that England, um, for him to be an England coach, I saw him did well against Man City for your guys, leading guys doing the Champions League with Kai Havertz there and Timo Werner. And he won the FIFA World Cup with the guys. But yeah, going to Bayern Munich, I know it wasn't looking not good for him. But yeah, taking up this coaching for England, replacing Gareth Southgate. I heard him saying in his press conference he might help England win the FIFA World Cup 26. I want to see that if he will. But yes, he's a great. Let's see what he will do. In his next when England play their next international break. That's next month. That will be his first game in charge of the England national team. So I want to see what he will do in November with England for the first time. So yeah,
Are you going to take a more, in terms of your opinion, are you going to take a more cautious view of it? Just let it go game by game and see how it rolls. Yeah, no
yeah.
predictions in the future. Just
Fine.
because I got a feeling that I
The
think that's
Maresca strategy.
personally, I don't think in terms. I agree with what Prime said earlier, and I think both TT and JPT have said it in terms of tactician wise. I think Big Sam was probably the best English manager around in his day, but you know, what I mean, they've never really, and since like Gareth Southgate, he's had the
Big
job
up,
what
Daz.
7
Thank
years.
you for tuning in.
Big up, Daz, brother. Have a good one, my bro. But yeah, I think how long did Southgate have the job? 7 years, 8 years. Can someone remind me if
He took over before the 2018 World Cup.
so we'll say at a scratch 8 years. Is it coming
Oh,
up to 2024? Oh, sorry, 6 years. Excuse me.
6 years.
Six. So we say six. Excuse me. I apologize. 6 years, and he got to a semi-final and a final. So yeah, in terms of on paper, this guy's already, apart from maybe Sir Alf Ramsey, the guy that won the World Cup, he's probably second best English manager. So in terms of where he got to, and I'm not being funny, I've seen better managers than him in Glenn Hoddle, whatever else managing England for like Euro '96. But in terms of what he could achieve, he done what? Would you not say Gareth Southgate probably overperformed, considering no one actually expected this guy to do anything? Was that everyone say that's not a fair point?
Maybe it's just I think it was the team more performing than he did. Because if you were to give Southgate the job like at Man United, where it is possible that he could be the replacement still for Manchester, I I just don't see what this guy can bring. I mean, congratulations, you made it to a final in the Euros in the semifinal for the World Cup, but you didn't have any answers when the big games came around.
Yeah, but nor did these players.
And that's true. And like, this is the thing, like, because I know when discussing about Harry Kane, I think Tuchel does have probably his preferred striker in this team. But if it has the word final in it, I think Kane needs to be on the bench and then just let Ollie Watkins have his minutes. because this guy, honest to God, I think this guy is a
Uh,
curse.
Yeah, but Ollie Watkins not done anything to show that he can play on the biggest stage.
What about Solanke then?
Solanke's not shown he can play on the biggest
Not
stage
shown
either.
either.
Yeah, but you can give him a chance.
Neither
Though.
has Kane. I
No,
don't
no,
think he
no,
has.
no, but bro, I'm proving the point with England. These players are
Yeah.
overrated on the big stage.
And I think the overrated because of them probably getting overpaid, and it's because you're coming from the land
The
of
most
England, which
expensive
is
league, yeah.
exactly. It's just and last time I checked, the wages don't what is it reflect the talent just correctly.
English
Like
tax. Someone said it earlier in the chat.
English
English
text, yeah,
tax.
if you want to say that, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I've read, even if it's not Ollie Watkins, why not an Ivan Tony?
Yeah,
Ivan,
that's another
Ivan
guy that's got
Toney,
shut out since the end of the wire. Last
yeah,
month.
but Ivan Tony's also not shown.
He never really played though.
He hasn't got
No, but
minutes.
like, yeah, I'm not talking about for England. Even at club level, he played for Brentford.
Mm.
I think if that gamble scandal didn't come out, then he would have been playing for like one of the bigger teams.
Like who? Like who? Man United, who's a failing
No, no,
dynasty.
no, no. I'm
Spurs,
saying
who are
I'm saying
unbeatable.
we were looking at him. Arsenal
Well,
were
we
looking at
almost bought
him.
him. Arsenal almost bought him. So it's
Yeah,
possible, and he
you
can
can't
still
count
come back.
Spurs
By the
because
way,
that's not a big team. I mean, it's who else? Liverpool would do great with an Ivan Tony because right now Darwin Nunes.
Ivan Tony's extremely overrated. He's not the guy people think he is. He's extremely overrated. That's why I keep saying these English players that are hyped up, they're not what people make them out to be. When they're playing for England, they're not what they're made out to be. In the system where they're protected by Arteta's system or Pep system or Ange Postecoglou or Maresca or whatever, they all look great, but like only a few of them are truly the elite of the elite. And even then, like I believe Kane is the elite, but he's not turned up in any major thing to prove it, right?
he's a high-profile name that don't make him elite to me.
And that's a lot of what these English guys are, bro. High profile names.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I know. I've seen it over the years, man. I've seen it over the years.
Yeah.
Now, JK wants to join us quickly and say something, so I'm just gonna wait to hear from him because snap it. I don't know, right? Because he's just messaged me said, "Send me the link. I want to quickly come and say something." So fair enough. Does anyone have anything to add or discuss? Right, while we wait for him, is Jordan? You got anything to say, bro? You got anything you want to share?
For me, man, well, it's I'm looking forward to see what we will do on Sunday. So, well, Allison is not gonna be playing. Collier will be playing. So I'm not really sure about this because Collier isn't a Premier League player, proven goalkeeper is a cup goalkeeper proven, but I'm not really sure about that part. But well, yeah, Collier will be playing, and he knows when to stop shots from you boys. But
If
yeah,
we can get them on target.
yeah, but he
I
will
honestly
stop.
would start Nick Pope
What, Nick Pope? What, for England?
over Pickford. Yeah.
Oh, right. He's talking about the Liverpool game.
Oh, I think I'm talking about like England still.
Oh, no. He was just saying about obviously because who's injured for your team? Who's out for Sunday for you guys?
Allison.
Allison,
That's it, right?
That's it, isn't it? Because I only thought it was Allison.
Allison.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Oh,
Big up,
JK.
Chelsea fans sliding in there. Big up, brother. Big up, Lucy's World.
Big up, Lucy. I'm drunk. Yeah, you're right.
Big up. Jordan, do you think you will beat Arsenal at the end of the month? Says Rosie.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Some other Liverpool fans can say that we will, but not for me.
Is it at Anfield or is it at the Emirates?
The Emirates, not for me.
Yeah.
Arne Slot doesn't know nothing about Arsenal, know nothing about the Emirates. If we lose, fair enough. And if it was Jurgen Klopp still coaching us, well, I would be probably saying we're going to win at the Emirates. But Arne Slot is coaching us, so I don't know if we have a chance. But
You
Arsenal
never
does
know,
have a
bro. You never know.
This was a, what was it, a Klopp co-sign for a manager, and also who was it, the director of football for your club, Jordan,
Michael
Michael.
Edwards. Michael
And
Edwards.
so this assignment came from a good place. So I think so. I honestly think if they have the likes of Virgil marking Gabriel when it comes to these fucking corners that Arsenal love,
Mhm.
I think they can do a job versus them, because as long as you don't do no bullshit karate chops like Kyle Walker was doing to Gabriel, I think you'll be
Gabriel, yeah,
fine.
yeah. No, the thing is,
But
the Liverpool defense is when it comes down to that is more shrewd than that. I think is
yeah,
like
yeah.
I said earlier. I think Arnie's clever when it comes to how he. Because I'm not being funny. If you would have told me at the beginning of this season, Liverpool are arguably the best defensive Premier League team at the moment, I would have looked at you and gone, "No way," because that's not what was in the Klopp DNA. You guys weren't
Right,
focusing on clean sheets. You know what I
right.
mean? Like that wasn't. It wasn't in you man's heart to sit there and like defend the lead. But that's the thing for me that I like about this Arnie Slot team in terms of they're more versatile, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I think that they've got a bit more to them. JK, you with us, brother?
Yeah.
Big up, bro. What did you want to say, my guy?
To be fair, I only just came, but I think you guys were talking about the Liverpool Arsenal game.
Yeah, we were talking about a lot of things.
Oh, yeah, about okay, I'll just discuss with okay, big ups Jordan, first time meeting you on the stream. Um, to be fair, you guys were speaking about England, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, just ask me what you want me to say, because I don't know. I just
It's
came
about
in.
it's about Thomas Tuchel. It's about Thomas Tuchel taking
Okay, Thomas
over.
Tuchel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, first and foremost, I think that's a good appointment for me. I think it's about time England get a manager that has won something. Do you know what I'm saying? And also can bring the mentality onto the players. Do you know what I'm saying? We've been lacking mentality for a long time. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
if I'm gonna be honest, these are not bad players. I just don't think they've been utilized properly. And
What do
if you look
you
at the
think that's
way,
because England lacked a tactician, or do you think it's just a basic coaching error? Like there's just
I
not been a
think
good
it's more
enough.
to do with each year New England players coming in without any sort of. When I'm in utilization, you need to understand this. If you look at the way we add players to the national team, it can be based off this, that, and that. It can be based off form. I see Gareth Southgate mentioned, so which means when you see players like Adam Morton or Calvin Phillips come in, do you know what I'm saying? You got, when people like to use this argument with Chelsea saying Chelsea have so many players, it's not like each of them are bad, but how are they going to function together as a team? That's what you can say for England, not really us, but you can say that stuff for England. Do you know what I'm saying? We've inherited a lot of players with so many different qualities. Do you know what I'm saying? If you look at it as well, the way we integrated Phil Foden, we all know is not an average player. But this is that Gareth Southgate system makes him an average player because we all know he's not a left winger. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm.
These players are good, but we all try to fit them in at once. But because of that, they have certain limitations to their positions. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, if I'm gonna be honest as well, Trent playing in the midfield is not it. I would prefer him right back. They were requesting, you know what, playing midfield, but it kind of didn't work for England, in my opinion. When I watched the Euros, do you know what I'm saying? Also, also felt like this country as a whole, when it comes to football, there's always a mentality problem. Especially with English managers, because people have been questioning this. Spain can get their own manager. There's been the debate. Spain can get their own national team manager. France can do it. Portugal can do it. Although Portugal isn't their manager's Belgian, no?
Di Matteo, Roberto Martinez,
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
Roberto Martin,
Spanish.
isn't he not Belgian? From
Spanish, no,
Belgium.
Yeah, he's
Spanish.
Spanish, man.
He was a Belgian manager, but he's
Yeah.
Spanish.
Oh, okay, he's Spanish. See, the
Look at
thing
that
is this.
Iberian rivalry, and yet they don't have no fucking problem.
Yeah, the thing is, my key point is this: in the last 20 years, these sort of countries like France, Portugal, Brazil, they've managed to win these sort of competitions like the World Cup, for example, with their own managers, is because I've been listening. I was listening to a podcast earlier. The thing is with these sort of countries, I think especially England. The thing is with England, I don't think they set managers up to win. In my opinion, yes, you could teach them the basics, but the key thing that is missing in English managers nowadays is mentality, and this is
Mm.
why they've not been winning the league, the Premier League for a long time. And this is why big clubs are not hiring them. If you ask Real Madrid, this, that, and the other, is their mentality. Especially when the club legends. I think PR has something to do with it as well. Reason why they don't win, because most of these English managers are club legends, and they know functionally because they're players. They think they can manage, which is not the same. Do you know what I'm saying? Studying the game when you're managing it is so different to when you're playing the game. Sometimes I'm not saying I'm not saying there's managers that are former players that are bad. You got Pep Guardiola; these are good. I'm talking about English managers specifically. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think
Yeah,
they've
they're
had the
not a
best
great caliber. You're absolutely 100%.
and
And
that's what
I.
the country just needs to understand. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all well and good getting angry. Oh,
But they don't want
Thomas
to take
Tuchel, we
responsibility.
this, that, and the other. But it's about time. The thing is, England, we need to come to a realization that although we did founded football, it doesn't mean we're that great at it. Let's be honest.
And I
These
think that's where
legends
the
that we
land,
grew up watching, these legends that we
that's
grew up
where the
watching,
anger stems
Ronaldinho,
from.
Ronaldinho, all of these ones. I'm not saying there's no good English players like David Beckham, but I'm talking about mentality wise. You're not going to have an English manager. Would Real Madrid hire an English manager? No, because
No,
for
they don't.
one, they lack mentality due to
They
PR.
lack trophies. They lack winning.
They lack trophies. Yeah, but because of that, that's the thing. To win a trophy, you need the mentality for it. Simple as. Back then, English
Yeah,
managers were
but
winning because the standard for English football was so high back in the 70s, 60s. Do you hear what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
now in England, there's more sort of, oh, he's too young. Oh, he's a club legend. Let him off. This is what they're doing with Lampard. Our fans were doing this with Lampard. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like
There's
the
a
PR is
forgiveness,
so strong for them. Do you know what I'm
sentimentality.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, I
I,
understand.
I,
And the thing
I
is
just feel it's
that's
that
part of the
really.
weakness in mentality you're talking about as well, because it shows that you can't. Because even if you gave the example of Lampard, despite his flaws, we hired him again. We knew he was never good enough to do the job, but
Hell no.
because on sentimentality he was hired, and look how that ended up.
There's that as
but that's
well.
the thing though
And
with
Wolfie,
England, right? They like I think this Tuchel stuff.
Hmm.
People are not asking the. I understand why England fans want an English manager to lead the nation. That makes sense. But people are not asking the question, why are these English managers not good enough?
that's the
That
thing.
question's not being asked. And you guys also are not you guys are not trusting or giving the chance to the right people. Southgate got was it 6 years, and near the end of that tenure, Lampard and Gerrard and Rooney were being linked to the job. No one thought, oh, look how brilliantly Eddie Howe did at Bournemouth and at Newcastle. Why does he not get a chance? No one talked about Graham Potter when he was doing brilliantly with Brighton. No one look at McKenna got Ipswich promoted with a squad that shouldn't have been promoted. Look how well Michael Carrick did last year. People forget he got to a Carabao Cup semi-final and outclassed Chelsea in the first leg. He's a
Mm.
brilliant. These are like Michael Carrick, McKenna. These are two very young, talented coaches. If you want to give someone time, give time to one of them, or give Eddie Howe the time. Give Potter the time. Give them 5-6 years. Was it 3-4 tournaments? Let's see what they do. If you truly want to do this, do it. I understand if that's what people want to do. There's no problem with that, by the way. Do it. Give someone the time that actually deserves it. Don't give it to a Southgate or a Lampard or a Gerrard or a Rooney that has not shown anything in the game.
Give it
Yeah,
to a deserving
Prime
manager.
Wolves. Prime, like I agree with what you're saying, but even when you say talent in England, like you can say, what's his name? What's that guy's name? Oh, the guy with
Which one?
Middlesbrough manager. You said,
Michael Carrick,
Carrick.
yeah.
yeah, Carrick, yeah. So even with Carrick as well, I understand he got to the semi-finals, but The thing is this: they can do whatever they like. English manager, we just need to understand. I think this squad, individually, in my opinion, and in what you've
It's
seen
not good
from
enough. I
what they've
agree.
done. Wait, hang on, hang on. From what they've done in their teams, like Phil Foden, I think they are ready to win at least something for England. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's
I
just best getting a
disagree.
manager that you don't have to wait. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just about time that England gets someone who's ready to win now
Well, the
because
thing
we've been
is,
waiting long enough.
actually, if you actually look over the last 20 years, there have been English managers that have won trophies at lesser clubs and never got a shout in the like Harry Redknapp when he won the FA Cup with Portsmouth.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He was never ever in the shout for the England job, as far as I know. And he's the only English manager I can think of over the last 30 years in terms in the league. Well, no, not 30. Yeah, I'd say about 20, because obviously Ethan Fergie wasn't English.
And this is where I might be wrong, but this is where I think their football like player career overshadows their managerial career or their abilities
Yeah, they're
because
expected to be the same level as a manager
it's
as they are as a player, and
bro.
like genuinely, it doesn't work that way.
I would not trust Frank Lampard to manage a game to save my life compared to a Frank Lampard playing like in his prime.
But
And
you know who I would trust? I would
Carrick,
trust McKenna. I would trust Carrick.
McKenna's another
I
one
would
too.
at least give. And again, I'm not saying these guys. I'm not saying Carrick, McKenna, Howe, or Potter would win. And obviously, the goal
Cheers,
for
man.
England, like ultimately, is to win. But if people are talking about giving an English manager a chance and developing quality English managers, then you've got to give your best one the opportunity for one, and two,
Exactly.
actually use St. George's Park to develop English talent. Look at the Spanish manager that just won the Euros. He was managing throughout the youth level. So he was going up under 21s with these talented young Spanish players like Lamau and Nico Williams. So when they got to the first team, he was able to bring those guys with them. That's what Lee Carsley was trying to do the last two international breaks, bringing the likes of Angel Gomez, Palmer, Madueke, etc. These talented young players that won at youth level with England. England should do more of that. Michael Carrick, like these guys, I don't know how much time they actually spent at youth level developing. That's kind of why I like John Terry. I kind of rate what he's been doing. The fact that after he ended his managerial career or his playing career, he has been assistant coach at Aston Villa. He's been trying to actually learn. He didn't just get fast track like Lampard did at Derby and then getting the Chelsea
Right.
job. He's
Which he
trying
didn't
to
win
learn.
anything.
He's trying to learn.
Gerrard as well.
Carrick actually trying to learn. Carrick didn't get a big job. The Middlesbrough job is not a big job. The Ipswich job for McKenna is not a big job.
Hang on, I want to ask Jordan quickly because I know he's disappeared. Would you take Gerrard back at Liverpool right now?
Well, this dear guys, man, I didn't disappear. Steven Gerrard. Oh my gosh. Well,
No, we've been there with Lampard, but yeah.
WCP. If he return back to Liverpool, probably coaching us, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'll take
But
him back. Yes.
but you know who you guys know this, right? JPT and Wolfie. Have I not been saying since like March that I wanted Michael Carrick?
No, you've always
Yeah,
been a
yeah.
fan.
You said that.
But you
I
said
think
the
you
same
said a
thing about
Neville
Enzo
name
as well.
too.
But you said the same thing about you're a fan of Enzo as well, and you like the way he dealt with things. And you
No. I'm talking about before Maresca got even
Oh
thrown
yeah,
into
no,
the ring. I said
yeah.
since last season, I'll take Carrick.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Middlesbrough when they beat us 1-0,
Yeah.
we all kind of took.
I said, give me Carrick, bro. Like, if we're gonna trust the talented these young guys, Fabregas is at Como. He's doing brilliantly well.
Yeah.
I know he lost to Napoli, but if you watch that game, he outclassed Antonio Conte. Like a few weeks ago before the international break. Look how well Thiago Motta did at Bologna last season, and now he's at Juve. You see that progression that Motta got from Bologna to Juve? You look at Xavi Alonso, who was managing in Leverkusen's academy, then he got the job. What's his name?
By the way, Pep Guardiola
Zidane.
at Barcelona academy as well.
Yeah, years ago. Look at Zidane, right? He was in Real Madrid's academy, the Castilla. he was a coach under Jose Ancelotti, Benitez. When Ancelotti got sacked, he then got promoted to Real Madrid's first team, and he won 3 Champions Leagues on a bounce. Like, you gotta give your talented guys the chance. Don't give it to just anybody. You give your talented guys the chance. The same way when you promote a youth player from your team, you're not gonna give it to just any random guy. You're gonna give it to the best of the best. Someone who's been showing the potential. Give it to someone that's been showing the potential. And my thing is this: he gets until the end of the World Cup, right? That's coming up. What happens after that World Cup? Say, regardless of England win or lose, say they lose or they win regardless, what happens after that? Who's the next guy that replaces Potter? Is there a progression plan of, we want an English manager, this is the guy that we want to win, to get in after Tuchel? Like, if the guy they want is Lampard, then shouldn't Lampard be learning under Tuchel as his assistant? Is that not the right way to go about it? Like, there's no plan in this. It's just, they just stumble upon this. There's no plan. Everyone's praising Tuchel being appointed, but if they end up not winning and Tuchel leaves or he gets sacked, and you're back at square one again.
Well, that's the thing. They're praying for his downfall, and indirectly England's downfall, just so they can prove that this is what we get for hiring a German manager. The thing is just that, as you mentioned, like for Italy and everyone else, I mean, there's a reason why they have good managers coming out of their ranks. I mean, Germany themselves, like if Tuchel never got this job, they have like 2 other managers they can rely on besides Tuchel, Nagelsmann and oh my God, I can't think of the other one. I just had it in my head. Oh, Klopp. If they wanted to, Italy, they have a number of managers as well. It's like England is not even that.
Look at like the young coaches for Italy. They have Maresca. Look at for Germany, they've got Nagelsmann, who's the German manager now. They've got Sebastian Hoeneß, who is I think he's at Stuttgart. Look at Spain. They've got.
Isn't the Bayern manager also German, or is he Dutch?
The Bayern manager's company, he is.
No, Brighton.
Brighton. I think he's German, yes.
Yeah,
when you look at Spain, they have Arteta. So people can say what they want about Arteta, but like he's quality. He's a quality coach. He's not world class, but he is a quality coach. They also have Xavi Alonso as well. Like you see the progression plan these guys have gone about, right? These England coaches, the young ones, the talented ones, are not getting that chance. Like, I think Man United, if they want to gamble, build with Michael Carrick. I know maybe people think I'm overhyping it, but I think he's worth it building with. I really think he is that guy. You got
he needs time.
Or Spurs. If Spurs, when they sack Ange, because they will, go get Michael Carrick or go get Kieran McKenna and give them the time. Like, eventually, these England coaches need to be the talented ones, need to be given the platform. And they're not being developed properly at St. George's Park, clearly.
No. Hell no.
If you're giving me Lampard, Gerrard, Rooney, that's not development. That's just, they were a world-class player. Let me just chuck them in and we've seen it. Pirlo, world generational midfielder. He's a terrible coach. Thierry Henry,
horrible.
Good too.
Thierry Henry, generational coach. He's a generational manager. He's a terrible coach. Gattuso, same thing. So
even Wayne
these
Rooney.
these world-class players clearly don't make good coaches. So maybe give it to the ones that are actually intelligent. Carrick's actually intelligent.
Ones that know how to coach.
Exactly.
Because that's the one thing I have to say. I don't even think that happens with a lot of top coaches in England that actually properly get coached. I think the coaching in England generally is quite poor, and that's why we get a lot of managers like Pep, and one style completely dominates all because no one knows how to adapt. So that's why
and because England don't have a style either.
No, they don't.
England don't have a at least 20, 30 years ago we at least knew what England's philosophy was. England now don't really have a philosophy. You guys want to play You want to play like Pep's tiki-taka. You also want to press like Klopp, but yet you have limited midfielders like Declan Rice that can't play on the ball. But you also have a striker like Kane who can't press anymore. Like a lot of it's just a mismatch of things that don't really make sense. And then you're gonna have a guy like Tuchel who's gonna come in. He's gonna make some weird because people can say Tuchel's not buying any players, but Tuchel still has questionable talent ID. Tuchel's still gonna do things that look weird.
He raised
And
the
then,
Benchwell back in England.
Wait,
yeah, and
guys, I've got a question.
England fans won't give him the time. They're gonna be like, oh,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
trying to sabotage us again, and all it's gonna take is one result, one bad result in qualifiers or whatever leading up to that World Cup for everyone to be on his neck. And I don't want that. But yeah, sorry, JK. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just a little question. Don't you not think? This is just a question, but I've realized a lot over the years. I also mentioned this earlier about the players. I'm not. This is not me talking about the players individually, but do you think it's right us having to integrate players each season just based off form, or should it just match the manager's philosophy? Because I just see England and they're just throwing players in there. Do you know what I'm saying? You see Adam Morton, he had a good, he had a good 10, 12, 20 games. All of a sudden, he's in the England squad, this, that, and the
Bro,
other. So I just want
England
to
has
know
been like that
this.
for years, bro. Like for me, I'm of the belief
No, but do you think that's the right way to go, Prime? That's the thing.
Nah, you need a
I
combination of
think
both.
what
Because if you look
Southgate
at it, no
I
other
think
countries do that. Not
I
many
think what
countries do that.
Southgate I think what Southgate was doing was smart, having a core of players that you trust and rely on. Like
A reliant 11.
the best nations do that. You have a core, a spine that even if they underperform for a season, like a Maguire may underperform for a season or whatever, or a Henderson, you still pick them because they're part of your core, they're part of your squad. Because that's how you build consistency. You can't change your 11 every international or your squad every international break because you don't build consistency that way. You don't build chemistry.
Yeah, that's basically my point. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
feel
No,
like
what
we've
you're
been
saying
doing
is
it a
smart.
lot. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, you could argue
Yeah.
England team don't have a lot
I
of
just
chemistry
feel
anyway.
exactly, Prime. This is why I come back to your point. Building a level of consistency each international break is very key. I
Mm-hmm.
just don't think. I think that's this is the thing. You need to find a suitable, basically players that suit your system. Stick with that when it works. Do you know what I'm saying? There
Mm-hmm.
would be
Exactly.
no point trying to add this, that, the other, all because he's on good form. Do you know what I'm saying? Because at the end
Exactly.
of the day,
You
each
have
player
two.
has
Yeah,
his own limitations. Hang on,
yeah.
he has his own limitations to the way. Not every at their actual clubs. Do you know what I'm saying? They might not play the same way. To be fair, to keep that same chemistry there and you can integrate them slowly. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just me, but I agree with you, Prime. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I've been questioning it. Do you
Yeah,
you can
Mm-hmm.
no,
go on.
no, because that's how it should be. Like every tournament, you then have 2 years to like build a squad, build a core. Because like going into this tournament, for example, and I know Guehi did well for England, but like people talking about who should partner John Stones in defence. If you're having that question mark going into a tournament, if you're having a question mark of who is going to be Declan Rice as a midfield partner, like you're not prepared for the tournament. That's stupid. You should already have your center back partnership. You should already have your midfield, uh, your midfield pivot. You should have all of that stuff sorted a year going into the tournament, and that's why I kept saying just bring Harry Maguire because at least he has chemistry with Stones. That's why when Southgate was saying that like we missed Calvin Phillips, he was right to a point because Calvin Phillips actually had chemistry with uh, Declan Rice, and they obviously didn't bring Henderson, so they had no one else to really partner with him. Yes, they had talented players in Manu, but there was no real chemistry, and that showed consistently. So I think England need to try and like build that, build a spine. So even going into a tournament, if Kane's England striker and he's not performing well going into the World Cup, it doesn't matter. You bring him and you play him because he's your striker and you've built around him instead of just
Yeah,
throwing in a
it's just
random guy.
yeah. What you're both referring to is cohesion.
Yes,
As
instead of
a,
just throwing.
as a unit, that even though one part of it can come out, another part can come in and unfunction
Like
So,
Exactly.
familiarity in a way.
Instead of just like throwing in a random guy, like people say throw in Watkins.
Gordon.
Watkins had a brilliant season, but Watkins is not battle tested. Watkins doesn't make a difference in that final against Spain. He doesn't.
Well,
But you can see the same thing for Cole Palmer, and yet he still made a difference.
well, the thing is,
I
for
love
England,
Palmer, but I don't think he makes a difference. England
For
are that like England got outclassed. Palmer is not gonna like.
I'm not
kinda
saying that he would have won, but I'm just saying like I think it was a mistake to have him on the bench. He should have been on the starting 11 for that game.
well, the thing is,
Probably,
there's an unbalance in the England squad anyway because they try and play three central midfielders, or attacking central midfielders, and Foden, Palmer, and who was the other one? Jude and Bellingham,
Saka.
and they kind of
Yeah, but
Then there's
Yeah,
Rice as
and
well.
that could have been more forceful on the manager because they use the same thing. They use like
bro.
4 attacking mids.
because I agree
last
with what
year.
Prime said about Foden in an England shirt is disgusting.
It's
But
Oh
not
my
good.
god!
But with Palmer,
I feel
right?
bad for Gordon.
Trent
Palmer,
plays
right?
as good for England as he does for Liverpool, like, but
Palmer
Foden,
had a brilliant season.
Mhm.
But regardless, if you have a set way of playing and you have your spine and you have your team set, why should Palmer come into the team going into a tournament?
Exactly.
Why should he start?
And this was exactly my point.
Because
Why should he start?
he was making a difference off the bench.
Yes, he was making a difference off the bench,
So
but
was
why
Tony.
should he start and mess up the team cohesion going in? Like, why?
I think that he Foden was just not performing as what everyone was expecting. I mean, this was the Premier League's player of the year. What was it?
I agree, bro. But we've seen other international
Yeah,
tournaments.
that's true. That's
Side.
true.
It's just not like Southgate did anything weird. He did something that every other international side does.
That's
Wait,
fair.
quick
That's
question.
fair. But, you know,
Who's Spain's best striker at the moment, as in like Spanish international?
They don't have one.
Not
They play
really.
Morata.
best chance they'll take was
Hostel and
Morata.
Morata, really. They're their two standouts, I would say, because
But
where
then,
they
but the
play.
best forward is either Nico Williams or Yamal, and then you have Olmo as an honorary shot from the
Exactly.
midfield.
Like, bro, Spain is a brilliant example. Look at Alejandro Grimaldo, the season he had at Leverkusen.
Yeah.
But yeah, who started for Spain? It was Cucurella.
Yeah, and then you have
Because he's their left back.
Osria Ball.
Look at Laporte. Laporte did not have that much
Laporte's
of a great
another one.
season in
God
Saudi
damn.
Arabia.
True.
If I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
and he
honest.
still started
Yeah,
center
but
back.
you're going from now. You're going on now. You're
Because
going on
Wolfie,
reputation.
it's all about, as you said, cohesion. Do you know what I'm saying? You stick
Yeah,
to
I
what
know.
works. This is the thing.
A standard
Do
11.
you know what I'm
Your best
saying?
11.
Well, the thing is,
This
it's not.
this is the whole point of the international thing, and this thing of trying to
Big
add
up, Mock.
players. This is my thing. This thing of trying to add players and trying to change it into something that's working, thinking that we can play Adam Morton, Ollie Watkins, start Ollie Watkins. Sometimes I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but sometimes you need to have a level of chemistry. Do you know what I'm saying with your team? And this is why England will not win anything. Okay, I'm not saying will not. Hopefully, he changes with Tuchel. But this is why they have not won nothing
Well,
because they've not stick to what
big up,
worked.
bro.
They would overthink going into semi. You look at that. You look at that. That World Cup. I think was it a semi final against Croatia.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you look at it. The way you can say we played well with this, that, and the other, but I think what Southgate did, which was wrong, I think he changed. He did something to the midfield, which was quite odd to me.
I know. Hang
Who
on,
was
boys. Hang on,
yeah,
boys.
and
Before we,
everyone kept talking about it. Do you remember Wolfie?
yeah, I get it, but we're now going back in decisions that he's previously made, and I'm not being funny. My missus is
No,
sitting
I'm
behind me
giving an
for.
example.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But and I appreciate the example, and I respect it. But we're gonna round the conversation up because my missus behind
We're
me
here
is
for
sitting
2
there,
hours, bro.
falling asleep. So, hang on. If you think I'm joking, look, bless her. So look, she's actually sat there falling asleep. Bless
It's
her.
Kate's birthday, man. We can't be doing this to Kate.
Well,
And I gotta
kind
I
of.
gotta go
She
too.
sat there, bless her, to chill out and just wait for us to finish. 2 hours later, she's out of it. So you know what I mean, bless her. So like, I didn't even know it. I just turned around and saw her half out of it. I do get what you're saying, though, JK. A big up for jumping in late. Like, I appreciate you, Jordan. Big up as well. Yeah, special guest, surprise guest, because obviously, like, because me and JPT just kind of shotgun. We didn't really reach out to any Liverpool content creators because of everyone's birthdays being jumbled in the middle of it. Big up to you. Thanks a bunch, brother, for coming on. Big up to you, man. I appreciate that.
Jordan, we appreciate you, bro.
Big up, man. Like, if you haven't, please do smash a like and subscribe to Jordan's channel. He waffles a bit, but he's a good guy. No, I'm joking. Bro, he's been sitting there quiet. I just said he's quiet. He's been sitting there jamming, bro. Just listening to his last babble, man. Big up to you, Jordan, man. Big up on your patience as well. And unlike you held up the reputation of Yard as well, because unlike Tyrone, you didn't sing.
Yo, Cash Jordan on American Idol.
I mean, but yeah, big up as well. Big up Prime as well for joining us. The Notorious. Big up. I think JPT is not only the fact that he needs to go. I think he's drunk too. So I think he needs his bed. He looks like you look like we've lost the game already, bro. JPT looks mashed up.
I gotta pick up some.
Well, you guys did your Liverpool preview already.
You're in it.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it about an hour and a half ago.
Oh my days! I'm just looking at the timer now. It's only been late, 2 hours.
Bro.
That's crazy.
Well, the thing is, we did speak about the Liverpool game for about 40 minutes.
But then we talked about Tuchel.
Then we started talking about Tuchel. Then we went back to Liverpool. Then we went back to Tuchel when you jumped in the conversation. So yeah, it's been a very. Here you go. Thank you, Rosie.
Well, Liverpool is his own game. We'll see what happens, isn't it?
Well,
just before I have to head out just to pick up some food from the missus. But I mean, Jordan, JK, Prime, if you can join Wolf for the watch along for Sunday.
What type of food? What type of food?
Just some sandwiches. That's it.
To be fair, JPT.
Yeah, man.
If I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have family over for that game. So I would really. The thing, and even when I watch games, I don't want to get. Okay, it's not to be rude, but it's not. I don't want to get distracted, sort of thing.
No, trust me, I get you.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I
see
the N-word like almost every other second when I watch games.
Let me tell you right now, bro. I could have never watched the Champions League final where John Terry missed. I watched that live, bro. I could have never watched that with Ed because I actually cried when he kicked that.
Listen,
and you're God, it hurt. Big up.
Wolfie, do you remember the Champions League final? We remember that Champions League final in 2021.
2021?
You don't remember the one we won?
You mean
what game though? City.
The Tuchel.
Atletico.
Tuchel's first Champions League.
Oh, the actual final?
You man actually forgot it.
No. But
that's
the thing
a disgrace.
No. What was good about that was the 6 runs to the 6 games to the run to the end of the final. We didn't concede a goal against Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, or Man City.
I thought
if you told me in 2012
from Real.
If you told me you had to do a watch along,
I think so.
If you told me I had to do a watch along in 2012, listen, I would be too sick to even speak. If I'm gonna be honest, that final was scary.
Yeah, it was.
If I'm gonna be honest,
the whole Champions League that
scary.
year. The whole Champions League that year was the 4-1 against Napoli after losing 3-1.
Yeah.
Barcelona, John Terry infamously kneeing Alexis Sanchez in the back, going centre 10 men, being 2-0 down. Then Lampard with that through ball. Ramirez is finished. Oh my God, brother. Ramirez scored that chip over Valde. I screamed the house down. You mother. Yeah, you can imagine
Wolfie,
that.
I'm not even joking. It was scary. Going to listen, it was that bad. I could have even vomited because I was too sick. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I can only imagine how you felt when Robin got that penalty, bro.
Oh my God!
Do you remember when Robin got the penalty? And I was just thinking, shit, he's gonna do it just to kill us, just to hurt us. But don't worry, Peter checked me and Peter checked, bro. That was it. That's why for us he was a legend, but for Arsenal he was kind of like, But yeah. But anyway, boys, let's round it off there because JPT said to bounce. I'm gonna go deal with my missus, Jordan, JK, Prime, Oris as well. Can't forget Oris. Jordan, shout out your channel, bro. What you got coming?
Yes, guys, coming up on my channel. Yes, Liverpool Chelsea watch along on my channel. I'm asking one of my friend. He supports Liverpool as well. If you guys know, check out his channel. His name is Steve LFC. This is Anfield. He's going to do the watch along for me, and also match reaction for the game for the big one between Liverpool and Chelsea. I'm on the road to 1.6k subscribers, and I do daily international content as well. So I'm
Make sure you give Jordan
big
a
up
like
in
and
the
some people if you can,
hope
please.
better team win on Sunday. So
Help
yeah.
this man get to his target, man. Help this man get to his target. Prime might be about over the weekend with me. He might do his thing, but as you know, he goes on Steve's channels. He goes on Casually FC, drifts around, does his thing as Prime normally does. Have you got anything coming up over the weekend, Prime?
Probably another type of preview tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, or today's Friday. Probably another preview. I'll be doing some. No, well, maybe on Casually. I think so. I'll be doing watch-alongs and stuff as well. Obviously, we'll do the review on Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Yeah, on
So,
Monday. On Monday.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll be Tuesday because I
Monday.
think JPT's birthday is Monday. 22nd is Monday, right? I think it is. So yeah,
Yeah.
JPT's gonna be red.
No,
Yeah, so it'll be
22nd
Tuesday.
is Tuesday.
Oh,
22nd
is
is
it?
Tuesday.
Well, it'll either
Yeah.
be it depends because I'll have to ask JPT. By the way, thank you, Trip Vic, for the compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, you'll definitely catch us next week anyway with a review of this. And if Jordan wants to hop on that, depending if he wins or loses, I'll give him a shout. But again, Jordan, bro, big up to you, man. Thanks for your patience. I know it's probably been a much longer stream than what you thought. It was for me as well, bro. This Tuchel thing blew up. I expected like a 20-minute conversation and that would be it, but it spawned nearly an hour worth of convo. So people had stuff. Look on the bright side. People have bits to say in it. What can I say? That's what we're all here to do. Listen to what we all say. But anyway, big up everyone. Big up to Jordan. Big up to Prime. I hope we stuff Liverpool on Sunday. I can't see it happening myself. I'm sticking with maybe a 2-2 draw, and that's me being hopeful.
It's all right. It's all right. We're not that.
Well, I'm not gonna say 2-0 Liverpool. I can't do that. Like, the blue in my blood just screams, "Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it!" So I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna listen to my heart. I'm gonna listen to my delusional side actually and say 2-2 because that's just being hopeful that we score twice and concede only 2. Because
Wait, okay, so what do you think realistically will happen then?
2-2 draw.
You think that's the realistic one?
Or realistically, 2-1, maybe 3-1 Liverpool.
Thank you.
Fair enough. Okay.
You know why? Because if Jota was starting, we're going to give him chances.
Yeah, but do you not think? But we'll get chances as well.
Yeah, but will we take them?
Yeah, but will Liverpool take their chances?
Well, we will take our chances.
I can arguably say Jota is the best finisher out of everyone in both teams. Next to that, maybe Jackson, but
I
Jackson
disagree.
misses chances.
Jota this season hasn't been a better finisher than Jackson.
Well, Jackson still misses chances, so that's not a compliment to him.
Yeah, but so does Jota.
Well, then it goes back to what I'm saying, isn't it? If we can take theirs and not concede that many, it's still a lot of if, muts, and maybes, man. And we're going to give them chances, bro. Whether they take them or not is something else, but we're going to give them chances. We're going to give them, like I said, 3 of our back 4 are missing, so we're going to give them chances.
But yeah.
True, but they also have Alisson out, and Kelleher is not that good of a goalkeeper.
We'll see. Check back this time Monday, Tuesday. We'll let you know. That's all I can really say. But boys, big up. It's been a 2 hour and 10-minute stream. I think we've got to wrap it up there. So everyone, stay safe. Rosie doing a thing in the chat as well. Big up to her. She didn't put her own channel there. Maybe she can as we end the stream. But thank you, everybody. Stay safe. Good night. And we are out. Peace.